Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of Asrnz's 2023 Backpain GT3 series. Tonight brought to you by Outdoor Effects, the decking specialists. I'm Davo, and of course, welcome J-Man again to the booth. How are you, my friend?
Oh, mate, good. Great to be here. Thanks for the welcome. Looking forward to this round 8, which, round 8 of the Championship, second part of the endurance, the 4-round endurance series here at ASRNZ.
Yes,
Davo,
it is. Yes.
and the mountain.
And at the mountain, of all places, yes.
Mate, I mean, it's synonymous with attrition. And I don't suspect tonight's going to be any different. So just came off of a driver briefing for these guys, and wish them well, and hope they have a good time out there tonight, and keep it safe.
And keep it safe. Yes, being the key comment. Yes, of course, like you mentioned, we are now into the Enduro rounds, and it's not surprisingly sort of changed the dynamic of the series a little bit down this end of the season, mate.
Well, it has, because obviously we've got new entrants, and you just take a look at tonight. 28, I believe, is it 28 cars on the grid tonight. With multiple new entries of some old names, as we mentioned at Paul Ricard. We've got some really quality guys already here, and some good quality guys back. But as we see the graphic come up, and this is a driver standings graphic overall, the first one up, basically still indicates that Mark Mudgway is still leading this championship by 6 points, the marker, over his teammate John McDonald, over an absolutely outstanding season to be had so far by Brad Robinson, who's in third, Dave Zero fourth, Shane Fodado fifth, Carso sixth, Jordan Moss in seventh, and then Steve Melling in eighth. So inside the top 10 is your first Pro-Am driver on 251 points.
Yeah, not a bad effort, mate. Hey?
Yeah, so over Ethan Cale, then Adam Falconer. So very impressive top 10 there.
Yeah, definitely. And actually got a little bit of detail on the Enduro Championship part of the series as well. It's only been one round, Paul Ricard last week, but look, strangely enough, and probably something to take out of that, is we don't see Mark Mudgway in that top 15 list there. For the
Mudgy, obviously, he got caught up in an incident at lap 1, turn 1 last week, and just an absolute awesome effort from Mudgy to soldier on and drive that car back was, for many would have been a call it quits night. So earns a whole new amount of respect from us, doesn't he, Davo, to go out and put a drive on the way he did.
Yes, we love that. Absolutely.
The big one for me in there is Chris Hingston carrying 30 kilos tonight out of that. So is Jake McKellar. So Snakey came P2 and Ray Haggis came P3. That was a real battle there. So that's your top 3 out of that first row. So 30, 25, 20 plays those top 3 in kilos. John McDonald in the box seat in 4th. Aztec, good comeback in 5th. So your top 5 looking pretty good there, as we see the cars are actually out there, probably on their first hot lap run, as we pick up Aled Poole, who actually just went fastest in official practice just off camera at a 2:01.
It was
0.8 or something.
Unbelievable lap, actually. It was well up. I think it was about over a second. Over a second gap to the second position. So right at the last minute there. So that pink Mercedes has got some pace tonight here, J-Man. Mate, he's definitely going to be up the pointy end.
Yeah, but hey, one way or another, mate, Aled has featured every round he's been here, I think, for better or worse. He's a great character. He's a great character, and like I said, we wish all these guys the best of success out there tonight. And I tell you what, my ears pricked up when I heard the engine tone of that Misha Schmidt coming across the top of the mountain earlier in the practice session, because it just sounds like it was built for this place.
Oh, doesn't it?
as
So
we see the guy.
some preliminary times. Josh Vediger actually up the pointy end preliminarily. Alan Poole in second. Mudgee in third at the moment. So some good solid times there actually. All 203s, low 203s.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to bring up. I'm just having a couple of graphic issues. But so tonight, viewers, to expect with the weather. Would probably be fair to say that there is some cloud hanging around. Is there any chance of moisture? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, well, it is Bathurst. It's renowned for isolated showers, J-Man, so anything could happen.
Yep, 100%. So
probably not in front of mine for most of the boys, but yeah, I'm sure they'll be watching the skies, my friend.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Josh Vediger banking a 203.060 to be provisionally pole. This is an extended 30-minute qualifying session as was Paul Ricard. And as per the driver briefing here, guys, as we just saw somebody, I think that was B-Dog, lost it at Skyline, so he's just gathering that up. As per standard ASRNZ rules, if these guys during their quali session require more fuel or more tyres, they must drive the car back to the pits. To escape is effectively invoking a tow truck, so to speak, and that's your quali over.
That is quali over and done for. So yes.
So something to think about with that too, David. Sorry, as I just elaborate on that point, is talking to a couple of drivers during the week, have actually wrecked the car at the top of the mountain so much so that they got the meatball flag and tried to drive the car back, and it escaped them back to the pits with lock controls. And I would suspect that would be your quali done.
Oh, we could expect so, wouldn't you?
Well, you wouldn't get time to fix the car in real life. So
no, too true. As we see the leaderboard flicking around frantically now at the moment.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there'll be something to head with 23 minutes to go. I saw something in one of the unofficial practices during the week, and it was actually Mark Mudgway in a qualifying mock-up session that they did earlier, and he crossed the line with 10 seconds to go. And so he was effectively the last car to cross the line, Davo. And when he came through, it was worth enough at the time. I think there might have been only 10 or 11 cars out there practicing their quali, but it was enough to shoot him right to the top. And it was over Chris Hinkston at the time. And so timing tonight with when these guys lead their last run will be critical, because we've heard things that the cars are very, very fuel sensitive around here. So, if you can put 3 laps in the car, go and cycle up, and then get a couple in the bank, because I've heard lap 3's a doozy on these tyres is about where it's at.
I did hear the same whisper.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot to head for that. So that'll be something interesting in the next 21 minutes to have a look at and see
for sure
who gets the timing right.
Yes, well we did see a little bit of a hit of that at Paul Ricard. Like there was a few boys that sat back and left their runs late and made small gains. But Bathurst, like you said, very fuel sensitive on the car. Big climb, like Paul Ricard's such a flat track compared to the mountain here at Bathurst. Okay, things are leveled a little bit. Pool,
yes.
That Messerschmitt, he's on his way down to the start-finish line here, and he is 8 tenths up on his time currently. Yep.
That would see him in P2 at this point of time.
Yep.
As it does on a 202.615, so it's a very, very handy lap to provisionally share the front row with Josh Vediger. And we haven't said the name Josh Vediger in quite some time. You know, Josh got a lot of history here at ASRNZ, and we're very pleased to see. We always refer him to as young Joshy. Obviously, Ashley is the father, and another long-time ASRNZ driver. So great to see Joshy back out there. And
the Vettels.
No surprises to see one of the Vettels on the front row provisionally.
For sure, J-Man, good to see him back, as well as Aztec. We also have Nick McIntyre back as well. So it's good.
Yeah, good to see Slick back, and he was
few faces in for the Enduro.
Yeah, he was looking good in the official practice too. I did like the look of what I saw there from Slick too. So yeah, plenty to watch tonight. I'd say we'll be pretty busy out there tonight, Davo, with 28 cars on track. And
yes, definitely.
I did hear from one of the drivers earlier that said that they thought we would see 204s all the way out to position 22. So I'll be interesting to see if that prediction comes true. We've currently got 204s out to P17. So that'll be interesting to see how far that actually does go.
Up there, that's the Poole car again, Alan Poole.
Yeah, he's pressed on. He actually pressed on with that lap.
Yeah, he's half a second up at the moment in that car.
Yeah, he looks like he's...
Could put him up to the top there, Joe, man. Well, looks at that. Look at my timing.
Yeah, I'd say he's about right on the money to go a 10th quicker than Joshy right now. Not quite. He is just... And he's actually caught Damian Jones, who's actually let him go. So, I don't know. We'll see what... I can tell you. I'll give you a live delta. So he's about a 10th down out of turn 1. So, at those sort of numbers... you'd be doing pretty well to pull that back. These guys are on the absolute limit of grip and everything else that goes with it. So I can tell you Mark Mudgway sitting in P3 has brought the car back out of pit lane as well. He is already he is already on a hot lap now. He's about where he needs to be with matching his own time, but you can clearly see he needs a good 9/10 of a second to make that front row.
For sure. And look, with a little over 18 minutes to go, we're still on a green track day, man. We'd expect these times to definitely come down more over the next 20, 18 or so minutes. So, yeah, right to the end. Like you said, these guys will be thinking about timing that last run, mate.
Yeah, so I just want to have a quick look. I'm just looking back at Steve O'Melling, and I was just trying to get an idea. I'm just trying to get an idea with Steve-O. I go to a different graphic here. So Rusty Shackelford, Steve Wilton. So 20 points the marker back to Rusty, and Steve Wilton's on 218, Vaughan Martin 216. So where is Steve Melling in relation to Steve Wilton and Rusty at the moment? Wilton's in front of him by one position. Shackelford is well up the road.
And Melling's got some work. He's got his work cut out for him to, he's got to pull over half a second.
He's got 14th at the moment.
As
3.5.
Shoots down Conrad. So he'll be chasing that time. And this is just to get into 21st. This field tonight at Bathurst is pretty sharp here, J-Man. These guys are battling out, like I said, just to get into 20th position. So as Melling comes in,
yeah, look, he was up and he wasn't happy.
No, definitely not. So tyre change, no doubt.
I would say a pressure adjustment. We haven't spoken again tonight about the fact that these Enduro series see these guys only get 6 sets of tyres. Some of these guys already went out, I believe, used 2 sets in their practice. You'll see another 2 sets minimum being used in this 30-minute quali. So there's your 4 sets.
Yeah.
Start on the 5th, and at one of the 2 mandatory stops, I suspect most of the guys will take a set of rubber. Everybody in the field last week took a set of tyres in one of the 2 pit stops they had to make. And I'd be super surprised if somebody decided to go out and run 100 minutes at Bathurst on one of these tyres.
Oh, no. I can't see that happening.
No. So Mark Marchway has been pipped down to 5th now from 3rd, but he is 3/10ths up, which would be enough to see him jump back up another spot. But Rusty Shackelford,
that was Shackelford that actually pushed him back there, as well as Hickston.
Is he actually a Pro-Am? Is Rusty a Pro-Am?
I think he is, actually.
He bloody is. He's a pretty special Pro-Am.
And the next one down is Damien Jones in the Pro-Am in 8th, so he's sluck into the top 10 as well, J-Man. So now Damien doesn't race too often with us because of work commitments, so he's definitely got the pencil sharpened tonight. He's cut some good laps.
Yeah, Chris Hingston doing a great job up there in P4 at the moment. He's the guy that's carrying 30 kilos on that BMW. As I mentioned, Jake McCallis in P9, he's carrying 25 kilos. And then you have Ray Haggis.
Was it Haggis as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Ray Haggis is currently sitting P15, so not entirely as comfortable here as he was at Paul Ricard.
Definitely not.
So, but all the same, you know, that there's still 14 minutes to go in the session, Davo, so still plenty to play for.
Yeah, so 2 out of those 3 cars that you just mentioned, J-Man carrying weight, are in the top 10 currently as well. So I think it's well to note. And Haggis just back from there. I think he's in 15th.
Yeah, he is.
Pick up on that car.
Yep. Aztec in front of him. Aztec's currently 6/10ths up as he rounds up through McPhillamy across the gate, looking towards an apex here to head to Skyline as he rounds the crest at Brocky's Skyline to drop down through the dipper. Still carrying 4/10ths down here. Car looks really, really tidy through that section of the track.
It does look well hooked up, actually.
Yep.
Just coming up on the back of one of the 777 cars. I'm not sure which number that is. Looks like Vaughan Martin.
Yeah, welcome to the stream again tonight, Daniel. Always great to have you aboard. And it looks like Shano has jumped in on the stream as well. Shano, you need to concentrate on what you're doing because he's just mentioned he binned it. Where is Shano sitting? Shane's currently sitting P7.
Yeah. So in the top 10, and he's
in the 10,
and he's in the chat box on the stream as well, mind you, ladies and gentlemen.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
So another car to look out for. I took a little bit of time to watch Shane in that Audi during the week, Davo, and I actually was watching him behind the Mudgeway BMW and was blown away by the speed difference between the Audi and the Beamer across the top. And I could see Shane was lifting the whole way across the top. So that thing has got serious pace through that mid sector.
Yeah, and there's plenty to gain up there, isn't there, J-Man?
Yeah, well, look,
here at Bathurst.
Yeah, so Rusty Shackelford's in the pits. Adam Falcon is P4 now. He's knocked Chris Hingston down to P5, which has knocked Mudgeway down to P6.
Oh, okay. And Mudgey's car's still out on track, but just popped up on my data. It's
grabbing a 10th.
Grabbing a 10th, yeah. It's going to need more than that, J-Man.
Yeah, look, he is. Like, I mean, a 10th.
He's a second.
Yeah, a 10th will see him grab Chris. But, he needs a lot more than that. Now, in relation to the championship, I can tell you, Mark Mudgey is still leading the overall championship.
Yes.
And John McDonald, so Mudgey's in 6, John McDonald's in P14. So, a little surprised to see John where he is. I thought he would have had a low 3, if not a 2 in him. We know the ability that John's got, so.
Yep.
But, he's
well down the field, 14th.
Yep.
I was really going to say languishing. No.
Steve Melling still sitting there on a 5-7. And B-Dog and Kenny have pipped him now. He's got more than that. I've seen Steve-O run in the 4s. So
yeah.
As we see,
we know he's got it in him, but it's look, we're still looking at the track has gone fast now, but it only got 10 minutes to go, J-Man. That's not a lot of laps at Bathurst.
No, and you know, like there is a little bit of cloud hanging around. I can see it. There is a bit of cloud. There's certainly cloud hanging around over the township as well. So,
and it's not particularly high temperatures, but not low either. So just in 22 ambient, 27 track temp. So the track temp's actually quite nice, but ambient down a little bit. Yeah, so on a fast track now.
Yeah, Steve improved there, but by the slightest margin. He was in there on a 205.77. He's on a 205.735, so he needs a lot more than that. Mickendo, I just picked up that Mickendo is coming through the chase. He was 4 tenths up. He's lost a couple of tenths through the chase.
No, but he's just nicked into the pits there.
Yep. Yeah,
but he has snuck into the top 10, so nice work from Nick, but then it looked like he was going to make a gain there, wasn't it, Joe?
It kind of did. It kind of did. I see, what do we got there? I just picked up on Josh Vediger's out there again, and there's blue flags that were waving for the, I'm not sure, that might be the Martin car. 775. No, it was not. It was, that would be Brad Robinson. Just stepped aside for Joshy there.
And just tails him into the chase.
Yeah, well, Joshy's
under brakes. There we see Bear Grylls just coming back on track after a little altercation and slips into the pits. But yeah, these boys, very respectful. You know, like, I know they're not racing, but you know, qualifying laps is qualifying laps. At least they've got their straightaway here too. Some good straightaways when you get that easily. So nice work. Now, times at the top, J-Man, starting to peak.
Well, Aled Poole just been hovering between anywhere from 1 to 3 tenths of a second, which would be enough. You got to remember that Josh is in there on a 202.1.
Yes.
He's in there on a 202.3. So
but Josh out on track and responding because he is also up on our data by a couple of tenths. So these guys playing it off, aren't they, mate? Hey, it's an arm wrestle.
Yeah, I feel like the first 20 minutes was just it was like a bit of a sparring match. And, now the gloves are off.
Yeah, that was just a photo opportunity. Now it's on.
Aled Poole 5 tenths up as he heads down to the elbow.
How deep was he under brakes down into the elbow there?
Lost a tenth, but he's still 4 tenths up. So this will be a mega lap.
Super quick.
Will we see our first 201 here tonight in official
qualifying? Yes.
I think we will.
I think we will as well. He has got that thing dialed in, J-Man. It looks so solid. Even when he's pushing hard, it looks like he's got it under control.
Oh, it's not going to be a 201.
No, he's dropped a couple of tenths there.
He's dropped a fair bit. Can he make good in the final corner? He's pretty deep there as well. Grabs a little bit back. It's going to be very close to a 1.
Oh, it's a 2-0. A 2:02.062.
Yeah. Joshy's hovering just about he's close to a tenth up. Half a tenth. Can he make good in the final corner like what Aled Poole did? He's got about a half a tenth up his sleeve here of improvement. It won't be enough.
The BMW got it.
Oh, he's beautiful out of the final turn.
So smooth. He's actually gained there.
It's just not enough though. 2:02.1.
Wow, they're close time.
And we got Falconer, Mudgeway, Moss, Mickendo, Sam Carson. These are all guys on the proof. Steve Melling 6 tenths up. Starting to look towards the 4s where he probably should be. 6 tenths would see him make a significant amount of positions, would probably put him up to P20 with Steve Wilton, which is where he needs to be in this championship.
Absolutely. Wilton has struggled himself, but he really needs to get... Wilton's actually gone up and dipped into the 20 position there. So
I think Mellon's going to get him here. Not quite. Not quite. There's a tenth in it.
There you go.
Yeah, so he's still got more in it.
He's chased him up the board there, hasn't he, J-Man?
He has.
All qualifying. Get back on the Falconer here as he runs down the hill, J-Man. He is 3-4 tenths up, hovering.
He is. So I mentioned earlier, Davo, about the reality about a meatball flag or these guys wrecking a car at the top, and you can correct me on the live chat if you like, Slambo, because it sounds like your night's done as far as quality goes. Currently sitting in P9. Sounds like Shane has had a big whoopsie up the top and wrecked the car, had to go back to escape back to pits, and that is done. So correct me if I'm wrong. I just picked up on
Falconer off, and then so Josh Vedica also, which could put him in the top spot. He's coming down the straight into the chase as we speak.
It's a cut lap. It's not official.
Oh. Next cab off the rank. Hingston just dropping down into Hell corner, final corner, should I say. Looking Hingston smooth as silk in the BMW. Gets Falconer. One more position.
Yep. I can tell you now, John McDonald's got a green Delta. He was quite some way up as he comes across Rock Skyline, dropping down into the dipper. He needs a lot more. So
both him and Aztec, who's just in front of him, chasing Haggis's time. Both those guys are sort of reasonably close. They're probably a couple of tenths apart. Haggis up as well. We got Dave Zero up as well. Damien Jones up. McIndoe up.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys putting in the last 3 and 3/4 minutes to go. They've got to be out on track now. I think we've only got probably another 2 laps to run at this point here, depending on where you cross the line. Shane Slambo has confirmed he lost all his steering, so that's a real shame, but that is a reality of, I guess, what happens, especially with the rule here at Asrnz about returning to pits and driving the car back. So that's a real shame, because Shane had a lot more pace in a 203.2, I believe. So expect that 43 Ken Block tribute livery to Audi to come through the field tonight, because Shane had a lot of pace. So expect to see some good strategy and some good speed, and we'll see Shane make his way forward.
For sure. But who's making forward gains? Josh Vedica, epic down the hill there. J-Man, as we were just talking about Shane there, and up on his time. Looks like his current Delta at the moment should easily clear Alan Poole in the pits. He's had enough. It's nearly over.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier, as we see Josh coming down the last corner,
he can have another lap in this as well if he.
No, he will. He will at 1/5. No, he won't.
He's going to get this anyway. Ooh. Bam! There you go.
Yeah, 201. He won't get another lap in. Hang on. No, apologies. He will get another lap in if he wants it. And if I was Josh, I'd be pressing on. Alan Poole is in the pit.
He's pulled it up. Shackelford into third, J-Man.
And up on his Delta
as well. Look at this. There, he needs a good solid 2.5 tenths here.
Well, he's got a 1.5 tenths up his sleeve.
Yeah, at least 2 tenths to get on Alan's case here. He's flickering 1-2 tenths. He's dropped a little bit now. He's gone back.
Yeah, he dumped it all there, but
the pressure, J-Man.
Yeah, look, he's still got time to get another one in here. I'm also watching Steve Wilton in the pits. Steve Melling's actually in the pits. I might have thought maybe Steve-O didn't have enough gas to do another run. Damien Jones going for another run up on his Delta. Nick McIndoe, 3 tenths up, currently sitting in P9. This is all sort of playing out late. Shane has been put back to P11 now. So anybody else threatening Shane at the moment on a 203.2.
Nick at his current time would get him right up to just in behind Mudgee there somewhere. If we can keep this up.
Oh, he was beautiful through the chase.
This could put him in fourth or fifth position here.
Yep, good showing too from the breakfast crew cars tonight. 5 cars out there from the breakfast crew
it's the whole
establishment.
fleet.
So,
Nice work. So yeah, dropped
and
a few. There you go.
202.747 just behind the team car.
And then gets pipped by, who was that? Just went up again.
So who was that? Was that?
That must have been.
It was Chris Hingston.
That was Hingston. So
yeah,
nice work from Chris there, J-Man, right at the last second.
Yep. So with that move, unfortunately, that's dropped everyone down one, including Shane, Ray Haggis.
That's the way it goes. And now, who we got? Dave Zero still out on track. He's half a second up, J-Man. Now that would get him into fourth. He would be challenging for Chris there.
Yeah, and we spoke about this. The guy who gets the call, gets the timing right at the last second. He's the guy. If he can come out and, this is it. There won't be too many laps to run after this. I think McDonald's still on a hot one. He's not got much in hand, but it's all about Dave Zero right now. As he comes across with 5.5 tenths, can he make it 6-7 tenths? Will be enough to put him well up the field. Can he finish this lap off? Yes, he can. Half a second up.
Oh, smooth as silk from Zero.
Puts him just in front of Mudgy.
Just in front of Mudgy, just in behind Chris Hingston. Oh, well done, Dave Zero. Epic finish to the qualifying session.
Yeah, good improvement right at the back end for John McDonald. Comes in on a 2:03.232 to be just behind Shane Forodo and just in front of Ray Haggis. Big Rules still out there just running the last corner. He's a half a tenth.
And Nick Backendo.
Yeah. And Slick still out there. Yeah, so Slick must be legitimately the last car. He's about 2 tenths down. Probably expecting to see it come into pit lane here.
Yep.
There
you go.
That raises another issue too, Dave. I just saw Nick's entry. It doesn't matter in quali, but they certainly have got to get the car in before that solid line in the race. Otherwise, there could be, we saw quite a few 5-second penalties for pit lane entries last week.
Oh, definitely. Paul Ricard, very tricky little entry there, J-Man. The guys have really got to announce it and set up for it. Not as difficult here at Bathurst. I mean, it's just over the crest of the hill, but you sort of got plenty of space to do it. So, yes, good point. Plenty of penalties last week at Paul Ricard. Let's fingers crossed. Let's see a few less tonight. And first lap shenanigans. Wow.
Yeah, we've seen 2 very, very well behaved weather sessions in that one there. So it'll be interesting to see as we roll into Sunday. Obviously, practice was Friday. Qualifying there was 11 a.m. on Sunday. We're about to go for a mid-morning 10 a.m. race Sunday morning at Bathurst. What does it deliver, Davo?
Well, what does it deliver? It is such a lottery at Bathurst. It is just totally in real life, particularly at this time of year.
Yeah.
So the weather hasn't been too bad on the East Coast lately, but there is some lows hanging around. We will soon see.
Yeah.
Do you think that this will be, front of mind, the weather, J-Man? Will they have an alternate set up their sleeve?
Yeah, I think there's guys that have gone out and banked some wet sessions, and but look, I don't suspect even if we see wet, I would think you'll see these drivers at this point of time more look towards their race car setup with a wet map and maybe a revised traction control setting. I think would probably be the smart play if they see a bit of water, because look, the reality is, looking forward at the predicted weather schedule, if they do see rain, it won't be nearly as much sun as they're going to see. So, I mean, we're about to find out very shortly as the session rolls over. We'll only see around about the first 30 minutes predictive weather, and this is a 100-minute race. So, there is plenty of time here for the weather to do its thing, but no, I don't think it will, and I almost feel like, given the quality of the practice session and the qualifying session, that they'll probably lead into a sense of the weekend's all good. The weather looks good.
Yep.
as we see them roll out onto a green track with some overhead cloud.
Yeah, a little bit of light cloud there. Pretty nice looking morning, J-Man.
Yep, good grid here, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, 28 cars on track tonight, J-Man, for this Enduro, 100 minutes.
Yeah, it's a really good showing, and it really does, it really solidifies all the work that goes into these things, and getting these events going, and I think it's a good number. There's always room for more, but I think right now 28's a good number for this. And you saw in qualifying, Davo, that there's just an absolute competitive feel right through the field. We talked about the guys up the front that were looking for those low twos, high ones, right down to the likes of Steve Melling, Steve Wilton sitting, P20, P21 or whatever it was. I think it was, on mid fours, 4.4 and a 4.5. So I think Steve Melling actually predicted, he was the guy that predicted we'd see fours out to P22. I actually didn't take stock of actually how far those 204s went out to, Davo, but I suspect he was probably pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. Good spread of talent all the way through the field, actually, J-Man. Some top runners, down in the mid pack there. So it should be some good racing, actually, all throughout the field. As usual, these guys don't let up, as we were just discussing, like in qualifying, these, even in the 30-minute qualifying, it just goes down to the wire, let alone in the 8-minute ones that we have in the sprint rounds as the boys roll out for round 4. They're going to just get their tyres warmed up, get that formation lap happening.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at the team 21 and 24, it's significantly colder than the previous session. Obviously, it's 10 in the morning.
It is.
It can only get better.
Absolutely.
Some good-looking paint out there tonight too. Obviously, we've had a few new entries, and they've come with some custom paintwork or wraps, whatever they do, but they do look good. We saw Jake McKellar's Lambo, the Flaming Lambo.
The Flaming Lambo, yep.
And then we see Josh Vediger's up there with that multicoloured BMW at the front, and obviously it's great to see the Milo car back out there, one of the breakfast crew cars, as with the Cornies car. But also, I believe,
Ashley Vediger also in fresh paints.
Yeah, we have got Ash with
Aztec with a new silk suit on. And I think that was about it, J-Man. No, we didn't. No, there was another one. Hang on.
Yeah, I think we might have Phil Davidson's actually.
That's Mr. Davison.
That's a custom skin. That's his own handy artwork to display off tonight. So he's done a great job. I think that may have been his first real go at it. So he's done a great job there with that red and white BMW with the silver fern on the side, which is a really, synonymous with New Zealand. So cool, very cool stuff.
Very cool stuff, J-Man, as the boys just float around here for their procession lap, we'll call it. It is round 8 for the Asrnz Back Pain GT3 Series in 2023, sponsored by Outdoor Effects, the decking specialist, also ABC Tech and SJS and there's a few others, GoBro. So yeah, thanks to all our sponsors for making all this stuff happen, particularly Outdoor Effects and ABC Tech. J-Man.
Yeah, great to see John and the Outdoor Effects team jump on board again for another season, and to help out with the finances at the back end of this series. So they'll be with us for the back end of this endurance series. So really appreciate the support that John and Outdoor Effects give to the series, and obviously just an absolute stalwart for the community and everything going on, and a great driver, and he's got his work cut out tonight from P12.
He definitely has. Like I was saying there, the boys rolled away. There's some very quick drivers well down in this field here for whatever reason, whether they just didn't get those banking laps in or not. But there is a good solid field, pretty well all the way down.
We've lost much way to the pits too, I can tell you.
Yes, I just spotted that as I'm scrolling through. And we've got Brennan Rolfe, I think, starting from the pits, is it? As well?
Yes. So second Enduro in a row that we've seen Mudgeway just have an absolute shocking start to an Enduro. But I'll tell you what, this one will be better off than the last one because there's absolutely zero chance of him getting caught up in anything lap one. He can go about his racing and build a strategy from here as we see these guys go two abreast. Dave, I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, two abreast as they come down to the final corner, round 8. Asrnz, back pain, GT3 series. This is round 8. Second of the Enduros, J-Man. They're going to get a green light anytime soon. Nice, good formation. Couple of guys could probably just get it up a little bit there. And we got a green flag, J-Man.
Yep.
Into T1.
Ellard and Josh through turn 1 together. Ellard's got the run on the outside.
Absolutely. Higston on the outside as well as Shackelford. I think we've got Dave Zero. Is it Dave Zero?
Yeah, Dave Zero
well.
and Nick McIndoe.
Nice work.
Jake McKellar, Adam Falconer.
McKellar got a little bit balked, I think, at the back there.
Yeah, I think he might have.
Pushed him back a little bit. Shane
Parado. Already made up a place. Already.
Oh, one of the 777 cars, that's Haggis just tucked in behind him as well. And McDonald trying to come up through there as well.
Yep.
As we see that our data just goes mental about this time. Every time we can't click on anything. So we just let it settle down as it has. So the field settles. Up to an 8. Sam Carson. Shane Frutado right behind him, J-Man.
Mudgeway already right on the back of Bobby Laycock. So Mudgy hasn't lost a lot at all. Looking for an inside move through McPhillamy. Nothing to be had there as he just tucks in behind Bobby Laycock over Skyline. But back to you, Davo.
Yeah, so Allard getting the jump at the start nicely. Puts it into 1 in front of Josh Vediger.
What's the BMW got down the back chute? We know that it's in a straight line.
And it's just BMW. Josh Vediger, Chris Hingston, Rusty Shackelford, Zero in the Aston.
Joshy right under the wing. That was very, very brave from Shackelford there. Hingston got out of it. Dave Zero's lining up now for a part of this because it's Bork Hingston's run.
Oh, and look at him. And that's McIndoe in the background and McKellar in the flaming Lamborghini, and they're all starting to bunch up there.
Yeah, McIndoe's going to get a go. He might want to give Hingston a bump draft here. Down into 1.
Deep into 1.
Oh, he just gets out of it.
Wow, that must have been close, J-Man.
Beautiful piece of driving from Nick McIndoe there, just to not make contact with the back.
Surprisingly tiny lap. Very hectic. Is that in the background? No, it's Dave side by side there with McIndoe up into 2. Yeah,
McKellar inviting himself into that party too, up Mountain Straight before they got into Griffins, and just thought better of it, got out of it, and they've tucked in as they come up through the cutting. Not much more than single file up through this part of the racetrack, Davo.
No, there's not too much you can do until you get over the top here and start sweeping through the lefts, and then even there, what can you do? You've got to get on the skyline before you can really make anything happen.
Yeah, so the front two have sort of created a little bit of a margin now, just a little buffer with that sort of big dive from Rusty that got that job done, and you'd have to say aggressive early. But
we've got Falcon around. Around on the way down the hill. We've got Wilton involved. We've got a bit of a pile up here.
Yeah, we've got the track blocked at just after the skyline. So
Falconer back in the pits.
Okay, so I'll probably jam the cameras back up on...
Wilton's still on track. We're just trying to get them sorted out. Track is now open.
Track's open. Wilton looking to try and flick spin this car around. And B-Dog comes around. How badly damaged is that Weet-Bix BMW?
Just going to try and get a replay.
So, I can tell you, Mudgeway seemed to have dodged all that, though. He is carrying a little bit of damage, and he's already up to P17. He has got damage on the front, so a lot of cars not making the best terminal speed, and it's a big night here. May well be worth repairing damage tonight on a race like this.
Yeah, okay, so just a quick replay there, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. Falconer losing it.
Oh, I think that was a team car that actually got the Weet-Bix car. That might have been the Cornflakes car.
Yeah, I think that was the Cornflakes car in the back, which was definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, so a fair bit to untangle in that, maybe
absolutely.
at some point. But anyway, it's a big night. It's early days. I mean, we're currently only a couple of laps into this thing.
So as the fib settles back down now, that was about, I think, 8th or 9th there. Might have been 7th. Pretty well from 7th down will have changed significantly, and you can actually see the gap from McKellar back.
Yeah, so Josh just settling into this thing up the front too, Dave. I've just been sort of watching him the last half a lap to 3/4 of a lap, and he's just got back in touch with Aled, and actually holds the fastest lap of the race at the moment on a 2:03.4. So he's got some pace.
Yeah, nice work.
But yeah, Aled up to the task at the moment. Shacklefoot's going. Everyone's going quick. Everybody's tyres are just coming up now, so everyone's going quick. Looking at some margins here, Ray Haggis very, very close to the back of Jordan Moss by the look of it. Yeah, everybody bottling up through the chase there.
Mudgeway working his way through the field, already in 16th position, J-Man.
Yeah, he's doing a great job as he's about to round up a lap car, which would be Phil Davison for whatever reason, whether he was tangled up in that early or something happened. I did see him coming out of the pits early, as was, I believe, the Adam Falconer car, which is actually still in the pits. Wilton is in the pits. The pit window is open. Adam Falconer is just leaving, so is Steve Wilton. They will be unclassified stops, so those guys are definitely making 3 stops here tonight. Farmer has repaired his car 100%, so has Adam Falconer. It's too long a night to drive a shit box around here. Excuse the French, but
mate,
yeah.
Absolutely, J-Man. Just the amount of time you would lose. The boys bitched about it at Paul Ricard and at the mountain here to climb up, across the top, and then that long straight. You got no chance. As we look out of the back of, I think that's John McDonald's car actually, the BMW, with just like a line of Aston Martins behind it.
Yeah. So he was behind Shane at the start of this race, I think at P12 or 13, and he's moved up to 11. Shane, on the other hand, he's up to P8 at the moment. May have been the benefactor of some of that early drama, but nonetheless.
I think so. I think McDonald just turned up on the scene as well about that same time. Damien Jones doing well, actually to be 13th as well. So yeah, like you're saying, if you guys, take good advantage of this situation. Still a long way to go though, J-Man.
Oh mate, we are really just into it. We're only 9 odd something minutes into it now, and already so much has happened across the top, and these guys have got to do that for the next hour and a half, and it won't be the last time that we see some big carnage across the top is I just picked up a visual on Jeff Burse's car as he comes into a pits.
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look great.
No, it doesn't look good for a few laps. So now I didn't see it get tangled up anywhere on the stream there. So yeah, he's had a bit of a touch up somewhere off camera.
Yep, so Jeff will be the first of the official stops to get his first one done, I believe. I'll just double check on that. Yeah, look, there's nobody else at the moment that's got a 1 beside their name. But Jeff will be the first of the pit stoppers.
Yeah.
Really early in the piece, but I think he has to, and don't be surprised if you see that car come out looking a lot tidier than it pulled in the lane.
Yeah. What have we got here coming up? Flashing on my data, Ashley Vedica and Vaughan Martin, a couple of Aston Martins, quite a few Aston Martins in this field, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, it's certainly a flavour at the start of the series, and look, I've heard murmurs throughout the week that the Aston wasn't the best car on Bathurst. You know, there was talk about the Mercedes and the BMW being really hot here. I think I could verify that.
Well, it's starting to look like that on screen anyway. Not too far behind that battle though, J-Man, is Steve Melling.
Yeah, Steve doing a great job, and looking for a big net gain here over Steve Wilton. But you know, you've got Rusty Shackelford sitting in P3, which is going to chomp some of that 20-point margin that Steve-O's got over him in the Pro-Am series.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. And we saw just a little bit earlier there, Sam Carson, the first of the Asrnz snake bars, John McDonald, as he dips, John McDonald dips into the pit lane.
He does.
And lets that gaggle of Asrnz go past him. Sam was the first one past. It was only a matter of time he was going to get over it. He did get damage in that first little altercation early in the race, so I'll be interested to see whether he fixes that. You sort of really got it, don't you?
I think this early in the piece, and given that we've got 2 mandatory stops, is maybe you take your pain now. You get a big mouthful of fuel because you're going to get covered off by the damage, and that was definitely, McDonald was in and out so quick. So that was
definitely no repair.
No repair.
Not at all.
It was clearly a 1 litre dump, and he's got a strategy planned here, and I think you'll see him run pretty long now and come home with a tyre change and some fuel at the back end. So
and have a nice set of fresh boots on it.
What's he got, mate? Has he got a lot of fresh air out there? What's he?
No, well he's backed up behind Kenny Simpson, Bear Grylls, and Steve's sort of up. Steve Melling's up at the distance, but there's a couple of backers. Bear Grylls and Kenny are up in front, but got a few back markers, J-Man.
Yep. Yeah, that was a hot topic on the channels during the week. You know, was a discussion about back markers. There's plenty of opinion around about what's right and what's all things correct. And
how and where and why is the safest way and place to do, you know, some overtaking. But these guys all very respectful, good spatial awareness most of the time. So we all make mistakes. But yes, awesome stuff. Shane Rudado and Jake McKellar going at it at the moment. J-Man for 6th and 7th.
Yeah, they are. I was keeping my eye on Josh and Allard because that was heating up, but equally so I think the Shane Rudado Jake McKellar battle is probably just as hot right now.
Yep.
Vaughan Martin's still working over Ashley Vertiger, but Vaughan actually just rubbing the wall there, dropping a couple of tyres off into the grass, so pushing pretty hard.
So we also got Bobby Laycock and Lachlan Andrews, I think it is. That's who the boys are getting taken, slowed down by before. John McDonald now, and is that Adam Bumpner's car back on the track?
Yep, Adam's out there. I can tell you.
Nice work, Adam.
Barmer's called it a night. He don't want any part of that. That's just, yeah, too big a deal.
So and, look at this, look at this. Coming down into 2. Bobby Laycock, John McDonald, Lachlan Andrews.
Yeah, that's
Adam Faulkner. But let's get back up the pointy and let's have a quick look. Let's have a recap. Hey man, Alan Poole. Alan Poole.
Yep, Josh puts the pass on down Conrod Straight before the chase, so he must have got a better exit.
Let's have a look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
So he got that job
off
done.
The elbow. Oh yeah. Geez, it doesn't look much. He's so close, but he gets the draft, J-Man. He's so close to him.
Yeah, Joshy out there with the fastest lap of a 2:02.6. So that's, you know.
And there were 2 wheels in the dirt from the Mercedes. Game over down the straight.
Yes.
It just goes to a bit of 4-wheel drive, a couple more wheels in the grass, a little bit of pressure.
Yeah. So, yeah, beautifully done. And now he can get out there and stretch his legs and see what he's got. What do we got? Rusty Shackelford's about 4.1 seconds behind. Hingston, not that far behind him. And Nick Mickendo staying in touch with this one as well.
Yeah.
And
that next one.
Yeah, Fododo and bloody McKellar, that is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a battle that's probably going to rage on all night because both those guys well up to the task of an enduro.
Yeah. And that has to and froed and heated and cooled that little battle already, just in the little time we've been on track.
Brad Robinson, Damian Jones and Aztec also engaged in a really, really close battle. That's a 3-way for...
the Aston shuffle there.
Yeah, 12, 13th and 14th, the Aston shuffle.
That's the one. And that is Sam Carson out in front of that, who is also in an Aston J-Man.
Yep. Mark Mudgway up to P15.
From last.
Yep. Once again, we saw at Paul Ricard, McDonald played a really smart strategy as well.
He did, but remember, he got tangled up and it didn't play out properly. There was a little issue with it at the end. I can't remember what it was. It come to me.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right, as you were, yeah. No, he did, yeah. So, but at the moment, you know, he's the first of your first pit stoppers. Jeff Rose made the first of his. He is a couple of laps down, so you must have clearly fixed some damage. And Adam Falconer's 3 laps down. It's still a long, long way to go, and you've got to stay in this game. You know, they'll grab a lap back on pit stops. They probably succumb to some blue flags and stuff because your front runners haven't, they haven't decided to pit and they are running quick.
Yeah.
Nick Mickendo doing a great job out there as the lead car for the breakfast crew. Doing an awesome job.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually did duck into a little bit of practice yesterday. Saw that man cut his first few laps and then just pretty well topped the board compared to the rest of the breakfast crew boys, and they're all a bit despondent.
Yeah.
It's like, it just comes out of nowhere, bam, does 3 laps and it's smashed them all. So
yeah, Nick rocking some good new equipment too, so he's put a bit of time into the sim rig lately as far as comfort and accuracy, and look, it's paying divvies. First one out that we've seen him on the new kit, and
it's showing like it.
Yeah, running P5, and when he gets in these moods, when Nick Mickendo gets in this sort of mood and this sort of form.
Yep.
Oh,
now
as we just see.
That's Shackelford.
Yep, and Nick's actually just tagged it, but he had no choice. Shackelford's lost the steering.
Okay, we've got a replay on this. We've got just pick up on Shackelford's car here.
Yeah, he's got no steering at all. It's right hand down.
So into the wall, J-Man. It's not good.
Yeah, no, that has bit as hard as it probably can at that point of the racetrack. Just picked up too much ripple strip, and it fired him back into that right-hand wall. Hingston managed to get through cleanly, to take evasive action through the safety road down the hill. Mickendo had nowhere really to go. Gives him a little was not sort of too much in it, and you could see in the background of the replay that the McKellar Fotado cars were not that far behind.
No.
As I just picked up Shane just making the move on Jake McKellar down at
the final corner there.
At the final turn, yeah.
Pick that up in the replay here. Yeah, Shane well behind into the chase, J-Man, as the cameras just start to pick it up there on the stream. Now they come up behind the, I think it's the Cornflakes car there, one of the breakfast queue boys, and it sort of really, it put him off a little bit, didn't it? The Lamborghini gave Shane the chance, just that slightest lapse in concentration there from the Lamborghini. Wow, he'll be dirty. Jake McKellar.
So that's music to Steve Melling's ears in respect to thing, because his current championship rivals, which was Steve Wilton and Rusty Shackelford, was farmers out for the night. He's decided to call it. Hopefully he's tuned in and having a beer. And
where is Shackelford? Is he still the pits now?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He is currently still in the pits.
Wow, J-Man, action-packed.
Oh, Rusty has called it. He's had enough.
Cars are right off.
Yep, put it in the trailer, gone home.
Yep. So we pick up on Damien Jones. I think that is Aztec, just tucked in underneath behind him. And it shows on my data is much away behind. I can't see his car, so he's back a little bit. But Jones and Aztec going at it.
Yeah, he's not that far behind them. They're coming Forest, Albo, and I believe, where are they? They're on Conrod.
And again,
it's not too much.
And again, we see these this row of Aston Martins, 4 of them. It's time, J-Man. Stream down Conrod.
Just trying to give you a little insight to the Mickendo BMW. The Milo car's just crossed the line at a 2:04.7, and Shane Frodo's just crossed at a 2:03.2. So that Audi is coming.
Yeah, he's caught quickly, very quickly, once past the Lambo there, J-Man. Yep. So clearly McKellar holding him up on track. And look at the gain from the Audi.
Yeah.
No mucking around. He likes a bit of a Milo, so he's chasing that BMW down. Ash Vertiga, what did it come up on my radar? Vaughan Martin, so something must have happened there. And just in the background there, I see Steve Melling, Kenny Simpson, J-Man. The 2 McLarens at it.
Yep.
Up the hill towards 2. Fighting for 17th and 18th, J-Man.
Yeah, and it shows you the good position that John Boy's in, as McDonald is the first of your official pit stops.
Yep.
Just ran a PB of a 2:05.6.
He's tucked in behind them, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's already made his stop, so he's catching them by a second or 3/4 of a second a lap. As I just saw the Melling have a big wiggle.
It's close to the wall.
As he come up through Solomon Park there, so or Reeds, sorry, and it was a big wriggle. Like the car's burning off a bit of fuel now, and probably, like looking at those times at the top,
it's starting to feel pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll be starting to get comfy. You know what I mean? I think those first sort of 5. Probably the first sort of 5 laps would have been pretty nerve-wracking, trying to keep the car straight. But just trying to keep an eye also on, as we see, Jarks and Aztec pretty close coming into the final corner. And I'm just trying to pick up, where is Mudgee? Yeah, he's coming to the final corner now. Aztec on a 2:04.2, Damien on a 2:04.2, Mark Mudgee on a 2:04.2. So, you could split hairs, and that's about it there.
As we just see Faraday around the outside of
McIndoe up through the King, through the Griffin. Sorry, yeah.
We will get a replay of that, but I'm speechless. I think McIndoe's no, he didn't contest it at all. So we'll just
early
watch
days.
this replay. It's a long race, J-Man.
Yeah, as he just tucked under the wing there, and probably made his intentions pretty clear and faked it to the inside, and then McIndoe probably just second guessed it and just missed the apex, and it was enough for Shane just to round on the traditional race line, and he'll be eyes forward. And this is a guy that started P12, currently running P4.
Yes, nice work. Nice work from Shane Frodo in 4th position as we speak. Let's just quickly scroll through that top set of cars. Josh Rediger once out in front, and didn't it take some work to get past Alan Poole, but he has stretched his leg without a doubt. Alan Poole just dipping into the final corner there now in the Mercedes. He's got a lot of work to do to catch back up to Josh Rediger. Hingston in 3rd around the final. Frodo down into the final corner, so just Nick McIndoe. So we're calling them pretty quick. Dave Zero, Jake McKellar. It's all happening. These guys are close.
They are super close.
As we watch them into 2, Jordan Moss in 8th position, Ray Haggis right behind. And Brad Robinson again, he's had an awesome season, mate. He's just come up from the Pro-Ams into the Pros, and he's stepped up. Like, he is running 3rd in the championship up until tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how this all pans out.
Yeah, I think a good solid result here from Dave Zero so far, currently sitting in P6. You know, Dave didn't have as good a Paul Ricard as he would have hoped for. Now I've got a couple of messages that have just come through that I just want to call out. So Steve Wilton, aka Farmer, force feedback has gone from wheel, thinks it's dead. Well, mate, I spoke to you earlier in the week. There's a wheel sitting here for you, mate. You sort out the freight. It's all yours. Lind at McPhillamy for Rusty Shackelford. Yeah, we saw that, Rusty. Couldn't get it back to pits. Good luck for the rest of the runners. Yeah, mate. Well, look, I hope you at least enjoy the stream, mate, because you had some serious pace tonight at Bathurst. And, you know, it's a mountain that does bite. We've seen it time and time again, and it won't be the last retirement I think we see tonight there, Rusty. So condolences, mate, to both you guys, Farmer, Rusty. I look forward to seeing you back on track next week.
Absolutely. Quick update there, guys, from some of the boys that have had to pack the cars up due to just write-offs, basically. And there you go. Tough stuff. You join us here again, still for the Asrnz Back Pain GT3 Series for 2023, sponsored by Outdoor Effects, the decking specialists, GoBro Racing, SJS, ABC Tech, for all our internet staff. J-Man, it's been action-packed, mate. It's just a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's all happening.
Yeah. So I'm just looking. I see Dave Zero. He's in P6 now, ahead of Jake McKellar, and I'm not sure if I can't remember if I witnessed that on track. And I looked at the times, and Dave Zero's last lap round was a 2:03.6 versus Snakey's 2:04.7.
Okay.
So apologies for not being fully aware of what that position was maybe a couple of laps ago, but certainly Dave Zero's on the move. Going forward, next guy in his crosshairs will be Nick McIndoe, who is around about 3.8 seconds up the road. So, you know, on a 2-minute something lap, he can see him. He can definitely, well, actually, no, I don't know if he can see him yet. He'll certainly see him on Conrod Straight. But just trying to pick up. Oh, no, he's got little glimpses of him coming down through the cutting. So, John McDonald with his hands full of Adam Falconer, who is still a lap down. So John, like I said, was the first of your pit stoppers. I can tell you that is now Sam Carson.
So now you're still banking on John McDonald's strategy, quite possibly, is a little bit different and could well pay off for him, couldn't it?
Yeah, it is, but he just hasn't got the car speed right now as well, which tells me that he's running very, very heavy, because his best lap is a 205.
Oh, yes, of course.
Last lap round was a 206.7. His best lap's a 205.1. So, he's a bloody wily old fox, and I'll tell you what, to come in and do a splash and dash at the start, and I think you'll see that car come on towards the back end with the correct amount of fuel run for the last stint and a fresh tyre. And he just the deal, mate. John McDonald plays the long game as good as anybody, even if he hasn't got car pace.
He'll watch him, he'll be up there.
He'll work around it, mate. And I'm certainly going to say he'll be inside the 10 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, plenty to play for still. John McDonald actually second in the series championship at the moment overall. So, plenty to play for. Plenty to play for, and he is in front of, where is teammate? Mudgie's in 13th, but unpitted. Yes, is that correct?
Yep, Mudgie hasn't made a stop yet, but he's a good margin up the road. He's the better part of probably 15, 20, 15. Yeah, he's pretty good. 18 seconds plus up the road that I can see at the moment.
Yep. And he'd be playing the long game championship-wise, wouldn't he, J-Man? More than for the race. You know what I mean?
This is another one of those comeback drives from Mudgee, he clearly something went horribly wrong at the start and had to start from pit lane. But, he knew he had 100 minutes to try and make good. And, if Mudgee can, starting from P28, can make this back to the top 10, he'll call that a victory.
You would, wouldn't you? In a field like this.
But I suspect he probably will lose something to McDonald tonight.
Falconer passed McDonald.
Yep. Yeah, that wasn't the fight. So
no. You're exactly right. That's not the battle for Falconer or McDonald. So McDonald's led him on his way, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, because he's clearly a lap down. So there's no point contesting that and getting racy. Yeah, getting racy with a guy that's not in your fight. So you're right there, Rusty. Joshua will be hard to beat. Funnily enough, he's always hard to beat. It doesn't matter where you go or what you drive. He's just one of those guys that's got just an amazing feel with his sim rig and all things sim racing. So he's doing a great job out there. Last lap round was a 202.9, best lap of a 202.5. Nobody actually in the same bracket at the moment. Rusty, I think Allard would be the closest, running a 3.0 and then last lap a 3.7. So, good, but long way to go too. You're only one mistake away from meeting a wall here, as we've seen.
Now, we won't put the commentator's curse on him now, will we, J-Man?
Yeah.
So we'll leave that right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you picked up, but Dave Zero has actually caught Mcindoe now and starting to put a heat on Mcindoe. I don't know how he'll go down the back chute here of Conrod Straight, because those BMWs are pretty handy, but if he can get it tucked under the wing, we'll just see what Dave Zero's terminal speed is down here. 277, so yeah.
The car looks tidy as, where the Milo car looks like it's got a bit of damage on the front of it, J-Man.
Yep, so that was 277. I don't think there was any draft involved there because he's just a little bit far back, so maybe in comparison to somebody like Mudgeway, he's probably picked up a bit of damage. Mudgeway was 272. I think he's
damaged as well.
Yep. So he's a lot closer. So as each lap goes on, Dave Zero's just that little bit closer.
Yeah, chipping away at that wounded BMW J-Man. It's like we keep saying, long race. There's over an hour to go, and we're at Bathurst, very unforgiving track. These guys would be very cautious to do anything rash.
I can tell you now too, something to look at too, if you've got your eyes on or available to scan, was the P20, 21 and 22 and 23. That is your current leaderboard for live on track for your AMs. So Bear Grylls in P20 with around 8 to 9 tenths of a second over Lachlan Andrews, with about 3.2 seconds over B-Dog and another 6.9 over Bobby Laycock. So that's a legitimate battle for class there, and Bear doing a great job holding off Lockie at the moment.
And like you're alluding to, it's like, look how close these guys are.
Yeah.
They're pretty well nose to tail on track. Bobby a little bit further back in the Porsche. He did put up a little bit in the chat box how difficult the car was being compared to the older incarnation of it. So.
And up the pointy end, Shane has caught Chris Hingston and Allard Poole in the lane.
There you go. So we just looking at Bobby Laycock there, you can see, I think that is Josh Bediger just getting on the back of him already. Allard Poole, J-Man, and that is a well damaged.
Zero in the lane.
Look how damaged that Mercedes is. The bonnet's up.
Yeah, the bonnet is up, so I'm not sure what happened there. And he's backed up. And Mickindo in the lane. No, he's not. Sorry, it was Dave Zero.
Zero in the lane. Yeah, that car
Dave Zero
looks
off
tidy.
the jack.
I don't think that thing has touched anything all night.
He's going to grab Allard here.
Oh, easily.
So is Allard repairing that damage?
Oh. Well, even without the damage, he's backed it up. So he's in trouble anyway.
Yeah, so good stop for Dave Zero.
Yeah, nice work from Dave.
So Allard's still in the lane. I'm just looking. There's a big crease in the bonnet, a big join there, and I suspect if he's repairing that damage, I'll see that gap come a lot tidied up. So I'll just keep my eye on that as you were, mate. Picking up.
Seeing where Dave's landed. I think it's just in behind Mudgee there.
Yep.
Behind. Yeah, so Mudgee's just in front of Dave and now Allard. On the jacks, J-Man? Yes.
It's still on the jacks, mate. Yep.
That will be painful. Steve Melling, I think that's Steve Melling on. Is that John McDonald? It is too.
Yeah, Allard out the lane, and I can tell you that bonnet gap is tidied up, so he's fixed all the damage, so that car will be back to going fast again, but it has dropped them all the way down to, by my calculations, about P17.
That's a long way, J-Man. That's a big haul. That's a big haul to get back through.
It's not. It's actually 19. It's actually P19.
Yeah. So a little over an hour to go. Hour and 2 minutes as we're showing there. You can see on screen. J-Man.
So what do we got? We've probably got a good 4 or 5 cars in front of him that have made their stops also. So for a guy that was running in second, he's come out probably at best at the moment with those guys. He's probably gone from second to sixth in legitimate terms if it finished as we were now, if everyone made their stops and it played out. So it's definitely a big loss, but
for sure,
who has got past Chris Hingston too. I missed that live, but he must have just got that done. You had actually caught it, did you?
Yeah. So
beautiful.
Yeah, nice pass from Shane there. Chris again politely gave him a little bit of space, mate, and get the job done. It was
a carbon copy of the Nick Mickindo pass, I think.
Pretty well. So nice work, and allowing Shane just to really push forward. Geez, that thing's quick tonight.
It's quick across the top, isn't it?
Isn't it? What?
Ashley Vettiger to the lane. I've just seen Ashley in there, looking for what sort of scenario here.
So nice. That's one of the new paint jobs, actually, J-Man. Look at that. Little cranky koala there on the side of Ashley's.
Very nice Australian-esque looking paint job. I like it. I love the green in the front. I think that and on the wing looks very tidy. So yeah, beautiful paint job there for Ashley, and it looks like he's very much taking a big gulp of fuel and a set of tyres.
Again, and I just noticed another car that is absolutely immaculate. It does not look like it has a scratch on it. So
no,
well done, Ray Haggis. Oh, is that Brad Robinson or Jordan? No. It's Haggis on a back marker then.
I think it is.
Yep. Nicely into the chase. It always looks so spectacular into the chase. Back marker or not. Nice work from Haggis to wrap that up nice and neatly. And
oh, was that on Brad Robinson?
It was Brad Robinson.
It was.
The camera didn't pick it up. It flicked over to Jordan Moss, I think, and so there you go. Nice work.
Yeah, so that's a good pass out on track. So plenty of passing here tonight. You know, Bathurst is a track that does lend itself to opportunities, especially the chase, and so they're likely going to be brave down there under brakes.
Yeah. Yes, and we have seen good action all the way through the race so far, and all the way through the field, actually. Plenty of passing, the odd little touch-up. It's inevitable, but yeah, good stuff.
The young Josh Vediger out front by 21.5 seconds around about right now, so doing a great job, and he's actually got...
He's got Alan Poole behind him.
Which is now, he's put Alan a lap down.
Yep. He's also got B-Dog, looks like just exit stage left.
Yeah, does a good job of just locking on the brakes there.
Yeah, so, yeah, definitely getting into the back markers now. These fast boys well into the back markers, J-Man.
Yeah, so B-Dog recovers and loses that spot to Bobby Laycock in the process. And Lachlan Andrews, Bear Grylls still up the road. So, yeah, bit of a shame there, momentary lapse of concentration or whatever for B-Dog. Just sees him just come out of that fight a little bit that he was well and truly involved in. So he'll have Bobby to chase, but he has got Ashley Vediger behind him. He won't be getting any blue flags because Ashley has actually made one of his stops.
Yeah, so that's for position, isn't it?
It is for position right now, yep. So Ashley will work that out. That Lexus will be an incredibly hard car to pass down the Conrod Straight because it is very handy.
It's got some punch, hasn't it? So just pick up out of the helmet of Ashley Vediger there on the way up the hill in behind Brendan Rolfe. I think that looks like Bobby Laycock in the Porsche up in front, J-Man. But yeah, nice, smooth stuff from Ash. Smooth as silk as always. These two guys, him and his son Joshua, are just, look, very similar driving style.
Should we get the viewers just to turn the audio up and give them the rest of the slap with Ashley?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, viewers. Ashley didn't want any part of that, decided to pull into pits, get out from underneath the wing of B-Dog, but probably, gets caught up behind Bobby Laycock on the way into pit lane, and a very, very slow entry.
And a very cautious Bobby Laycock too, just making sure he doesn't breach any of the curbing. We've got, that looks like the Adam Falconer car also in, as we just see Ashley Rediger trundle down the pit. J-Man, a few pit stops there.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just give you a stat, Davo?
Yes, please.
Josh Vediger, last lap round, a 202.927. Shane Fodato, a 202.927.
Wow.
100% matched the lap of the leader right down to the last point, mate. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Shane's got good pace in that car. He just absolutely matched that front running time of Josh Vediger there. Yep. So, he's got the eyes on. This is the guy that started P12, currently sitting P2. Obviously, there's a lot of pit stops to shake out. As you mentioned, I think currently we just got Jeff Burst coming out the lane. Oh, no, he's on out lap. Ashley Vediger is in the pits. Maybe taking a big gulp of fuel. Track is optimum right now, too. The track is 22 degrees, ambient at 27. So the conditions won't get much better than this at 10 to 11 in the morning. Looking for the top 10. The top 10 to still make their pit stop. Your first stopper running in the field at the moment, Davo, is Dave Zero. Currently tucked up behind Mark Mudray, who hasn't made any stops. So right underneath the rear wing of the BMW as they come down through the dipper. So definitely Mudray gonna, lose a position there to Dave Zero shortly when he does decide to make his stop.
Oh, without a doubt. And Mudgeway's car damaged, J-Man, and Zero's car is immaculate. So sure he's losing post. You clocked him down both of them down the straight. There's a 5k difference at least.
It'll be more this time because Dave's under the wing. He's coming through.
And McIndoe in the pits, J-Man.
Yep, McIndoe in the pits. Dave Zero at 280k through the chase.
Yep. Under the wing of the Vegemite BMW there. Mudgy doing a great job to keep it at bay, really. He runs very deep.
Oh, yes.
So it's ramping up. We've got pit stops aplenty. It's all happening here at the mountain. J-Man, brought to you by Outdoor Effects, the decking specialists, ABC Tech.
McIndoe off the jacks.
And the GoPro Racing. McIndoe off the jacks.
Yeah, Jones on the jacks.
So where will McIndoe come out here, J-Man? What's he battling? We want to see him compared to the likes of John McDonald, yes?
Yeah, like McDonald, like I mentioned, didn't have the overall pace, but he had a strategy that was going to play himself back into it. So as we see McIndoe, he's just coming to the crest on Mountain Straight, and McDonald's just coming out of
corner.
Our corner there. Yeah. So Damien Jones just leaving the pit lane. He's going to tuck in behind Jeff Burst somewhere around there. Yeah. So I'm not sure what happened to Shane that last lap, but Shane is actually in the pits. Maybe he was fiddling with his buttons because the last lap round was a 2:46.
Yeah, it slowed down, didn't it? And who's that? Hingston in as well, J-Man, in third position.
Yeah, looked like he might have made a little gain there too on Shane coming in the lane. So Shane obviously just not the best in lap.
Yeah, like you said, he might have been fiddling with his stuff there, and Hingston quite possibly made a gain here.
The Shane on the box.
Somebody else in the background now. We've got Phil Davis.
Brad Robinson. Yeah, Brad Robinson in the lane as well. Just looking for, because we said this would be a battle on pit road for Hingston and Shane Fodato, so varying possibilities about who might do what here.
Yeah, so Brad Robinson, Phil Davison also in the pits. Phil Davison's car looks terrible. It's damaged.
So both these guys, yeah, Shano's just off the jacks, big.
Kingston. We see Faraday go past.
Yep.
Drops off the jacks right behind him, J-Man.
He does. So they on a very similar pit strategy.
Absolutely. Waits. Basically.
Yeah. It's a pretty big stop.
Melling in.
Yeah, Steve-O in the lane. Oh. He was all sorts of locked up.
Oh, wow. Tough. As we see Robinson, I think that's Robinson leaving the pits there, J-Man.
So I can tell you, Jeff Burse is the first guy out on track currently sitting in P23. He's made both of his stops with 50-odd minutes to go. When we saw Jeff come out just before, we saw Damien Jones just tuck in behind Jeff Burse. Well, Jeff Burse, I can tell you, has made both of his official stops. He's done for the night. He can just go out there, eyes forward, and see what he can do.
Yep. So yeah, another strategy again, isn't it? It's
yeah, and I tell you, and then you got the opposing one. You got somebody like Josh Vediger right now out there. He's burning this tank down as low as it can go.
Yep.
Just clocked a 201.9.
Wow.
Last lap round was a 202.0, so he's laying down quality laps right now to build a good buffer, because he's going to need a big drink of fuel and a set of tyres at the end of the stint. So, remembering he hasn't made any stops.
No, and so what is the time on those jacks for that big drink of fuel and a set of tyres? Or does he split it up? It's not worth splitting it up between the two, does it? Because you need to...
No, look, I mean, Josh has got a multitude of opportunities here to do what he could come in, he could grab fuel to cover off the tyres, and then on the next stop just come in and grab fuel for home, calculate that and split his fuel load 50-50. But yeah, I expect him to see him come in soon, because with running 201s, that car has to be light. That thing has to be right on the edge, and he's currently tucked up behind Damien Jones, who's actually pulled off to the side. That might not affect Josh if he wanted to come in the lane. No.
Okay, so we've got Ray Haggis just leaving the pits. Mudgeway in.
Mudgy in.
We've got Tech in on his way out.
Out.
So
yep.
Mudgeway still on the jacks. He's out.
Snakey's in the lane.
Jake McKellar's in the lane.
He's on his way out. Who is that? That is Brad Robinson looking at putting a move on Aztec down into Griffins. So turn 2 is a move up the inside there. That is legit for... Or was that Ray Haggis? No, hang on. Who was it? No, it was Brad Robinson.
No, that's Brad Robinson Aztec. We'll get a replay on that one.
Yep.
So I think Aztec just out of the pits. Brad Robinson on a warm set of tyres.
Rightio. Yep. Got him. Yeah.
Yeah. Range is up. Aztec. No, there's nothing.
No,
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
101 move. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect move from Robinson there.
Dave Zero in the lane. Very, very tidy. Pulls it up really, really early. Obviously got a pit box towards the back.
Okay, so this will be his second pit stop, won't it? He's been in. He's already been in.
He's back to back them.
Another strategy, Jamie.
Yeah, Jake McKellar's the first guy out there that's actually done both of his stops. Sam Carson. Where is Snakey? Where is Jake McKellar on track? He is P17, and he is coming out of Forest Elbow.
So now Dave Zero was in third position here before he went into the pit, so he was in really good stead. So this is a critical stop, J-Man.
Yep, and he's leaving the lane, and I can tell you now the first of the double pit stoppers, which I just mentioned was Jakey, is actually coming through the chase.
Okay, so he's easily got hit.
Yeah, he has. He's about to leave. He's about to let the pit limiter off. Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go.
There's a roundabout, pit straight, and some in it.
Yeah. And as the
Cars.
field sort of bunched a little bit through the midfield there, J-Man. There's a couple of battles going on.
Yeah, no, there are. Obviously, Aztec's tyres have come up to temp, and he's all over the back of Brad Robinson again.
Yeah.
And they've got Jeff Burse.
Yeah, well, Jeff Burse beat the sandwich there, isn't he, really?
Yeah, he's in there as well, but I'm not sure. So what's Jeff's?
So I think that's Josh, actually, Josh Rediger. The lead car just coming up behind Burse. He's got a couple of, he's got Brendan Ross. No, it's a couple of Asrnz in front of him.
Yeah, so Jeff strategically is not in a bad place right now.
No. Because that's, I think that's, have a look, I think that's Ray Haggis in front of him, yes, with Brad Robinson. So.
And they got Josh Vediger coming up on the back of them, so
yeah,
they
very quickly too, mind you.
Very much going to have some blue flags, I would think, because yeah, as I see the blue flags waving, they've all got to work out where they're going to sidestep for Joshy here. I expect Joshy in this lap. He won't leave it up to the flag marshals. He'll take this into his own hands, and he'll
get out of it, you think?
Yeah, he'll trundle off down pit lane and get out of this.
And yes, he does, J-Man. Well called, my friend.
Yep.
Nice, tidy entry from Josh too. Really tidy entry.
Oh, super tight. As Jeff Burse has lost it out of the final corner, tags the inside wall, the super cheap wall of pit straight. I'm not sure what went wrong there, but yeah. The flash there out of Joshy's right-hand peripheral vision. He just...
As we just pick up on a replay, I think too, J-Man. The Burse car. As we see Joshy ducked off, and then the Cornelius around the corner. Oh, just nicks a bit of sand there, puts it into the wall. Not looking healthy, J-Man.
Not at all. Not at all. Oh, it's a hit. That's a very, very big hit.
Yeah, very untidy.
Oh, so we lost Ashley. Got disqualified for speeding in the pits. Not sure what I did to not get a penalty. Jeez, it must have been bloody fast, Ash.
Really?
Didn't actually realise we lost Ash.
No,
so,
I didn't either.
That's a shame, because, yeah.
That's the first time I've heard of that. Oh, well. Oh, yeah.
Well, mate, if it's consolation, we've still got one of the Vettels out there just absolutely smashing it as Joshy's just made his first pit stop. Be interested to see if Joshy does a back-to-back here and gets them cleared.
Yeah.
He got a massive amount of time down the road to Jordan Moss. He hasn't made any stops.
No, not at all. And then you got the duo of Shane Fudado and Chris Hinkson, who are just going at it, hammer and tong at the moment, J-Man.
This has been like this for some time, hasn't it?
We call this right at the beginning. So, yeah, no, good stuff. Bit of a splattering between single stoppers and double stopping there, J-Man.
Aztec back in the lane, so Aztec is going to back-to-back this and get this done. I can tell you now, McDonald, I said to you earlier about McDonald playing a strategy call here. He's currently sitting in P6 behind Nick Mcindoe.
Oh, there you go. And what are his times like at the moment? They've gone down to the 23s. No.
He has
25.
posted in the 4s. He has posted in the 4s, yeah. So Aztec in the pit lane and out. So that was a splash and dash. So he's fueled for home.
Yep. With 40, a little over 40 minutes to go, 42 minutes to go, viewers.
Yeah, so that puts him in a great position to be the first of the pit stoppers. So played himself well into this. Where is Dave Zero?
Right here, up behind Mudgee at the moment, J-Man, as they just climb the mountain.
Okay, so no, Dave Zero is the first of the double stoppers. And he has got Aled Pool Where is Allard? Allard is behind him, and he's still got another stop to make. So that stop really hurt Allard.
Oh, for sure, and obviously Mudgee with the starting from the pit lane. Although awesome run through the field in the early stages of the race, still so much lost time. Still see damage on that car, J-Man. But yeah, Dave Zero sneaking through there. That is Kenny Simpson, damaged bad, trying to get that car home. We'll try and get a replay on that. We might drop back a little bit further to a minute. That car is a wreck.
Yeah, he's in all sorts of bother. I'm not sure what happened. It must have been a tag, maybe coming out of Forest Elbow.
Well, we've just replayed a minute.
Here's polystyrene going everywhere down the onward straight. Oh no, it was well before there. He's obviously done it over Skyline.
Yeah, so very, very badly damaged. I'm surprised it's even moving still, J-Man, to be honest. Look at that.
Oh yeah, like the front left is locked up. It's leaving a black line as he chundles down. That it's not healthy at all. You do a good job. Look at the toe in on the front of this thing.
That's messy stuff.
Yep. Josh Vediger out there, still got one stop to make, and he has got around, I think, looking at that, I'm just trying to see what sort of margin he's got over Shane. I think it's upwards of 36 or 38 seconds. Steve Melling back into the pits, so that will be the last of his stops.
Last for Steve as well. Yep.
So there's going to be a big flurry again shortly.
There's going to have to be, because it's still really only with Steve now coming in. It's it's five guys that have done 2 stops. So, mate, there's 23 guys still in there more.
Yep.
So, yeah, plenty more to go.
So Ray Haggis has got John McDonald's in his crosshairs. Both on a strategy, that's played them into legitimate track position. But John, we saw with a very quick stop, so his next stop's going to be a lot longer. He's got to take fuel and a tyre.
He's got that car needs a drink, doesn't it, mate? And a new set of boots. But there's hardly anybody's done the 2-stopper yet. So he's on the even playing field with everybody else.
Dave Zero is still tucked up in behind Mark Mudgway there. That is P10 and P11. Obviously Dave Zero's done the 2 stops. So no blue flags. Hang on. No blue flags for Mudgee because he's effectively on the lead lap.
Yeah, and that's Alan Poole. You can see in the background too, viewers in the pink Mercedes. Really suffered in that pit stop. J-Man car was well damaged. Probably lost time, obviously, before he even got into pit lane.
Yep.
So difficult times there. So look, as we see Dave Zero start to just wind up the wick a little bit on it and really start to pressure the back of Mudgway's car.
Oh, is he what? Yeah, no, he's still right in there.
St. Fardado, Hingston.
As they're just rounding up Bear Grylls, who sidesteps for the boys. He does a great job at that part of the racetrack. There was a little bit of talk about that being a potential place to let the guys go around the outside. So Bear just, really good spatial awareness there from Bear Grylls.
Yeah, nice work. So Hingston, Fardado gets a wriggle out of the final corner. Hingston easily gets past.
And then no problem there. Got the drive traction off the final corner. Shane just too deep down under brakes.
Yeah, the tiniest of mistakes. That's all it takes.
Yep.
Melling tucked right in behind that battle.
Yeah, and Steve-O, another one of the guys that's done the double. He's done for the night. He doesn't have to stop anymore. Clean. Good to see no SG30s tonight.
Yeah,
Dave Zero.
So far. So yeah, good to, and probably good for him to. It's probably good for him to sit behind these guys and get that draft.
Mudgee gets out of it, just lets him go.
Yeah, it's hardly worth the argument, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, well, look, they're on alternate strategy. Mudgee's still got a stop to make. Dave Zero's cleared out for the night. Yeah, so this will be a big stop. Big stoppers, you know, those guys already round them up. The likes of Dave Zero, Mark Mudgeway. Mudgee's still got to make a stop, obviously. But the next guy looking to go through will be Jake McKellar. He goes through. Aztec goes through. The next guy will be Sam Carson goes through. Where's Steve Melling? He's coming down through
the elbow.
Yeah. So remember that John McDonald, he's done. It wasn't nearly as big a stop as I thought.
Oh, well, really? There you go. So in and out.
Yeah, so he's played that thing, and Brad Robinson's just jumped off the jacks also. So Brad Robinson is fueled for home, and he's about to go as well. So
and that looked like Brennan Rolfe, was it? Who else was it? Oh, it's Bobby Laycock, actually, just exiting the pits there. So he's done two as well.
Yep, Kenny Simpson's got that car repaired and got back out there as well.
Man, those boys, it's unbolt the whole front end. God.
Yeah, you'd be looking for a donor car, wouldn't you?
Bloody hell.
I can tell you now, Josh has just posted a 201.342.
Woo.
That is rapid quick, mate.
Man, that is fast.
That is so fast. So he's just out there smashing quali laps right now.
Yeah.
Optimum track, 23 ambient, 28 track. Josh is in the zone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we've seen him time and time again get in this form, and he's a fan of Bathurst as well. So
it's eyes forward. It's always eyes forward with Josh. He doesn't have to usually deal too much from what's coming behind.
Also, Hingston got Fodado. He did down at the final corner. Yeah, sorry. So there's about a 36 or 38 second gap back to Hingston from Joshy. So Joshy can pretty much, he's got one more to stop to make, and then can put it in cruise control and bring it on home for the final half an hour. Mickendo's still doing an absolutely awesome job in P4. How far back is Jordan Moss? Got a bit of margin over Jordan. Ray Haggis doing a great job again, second Enduro in a row that Ray's driven himself forward. But I suspect he'll be vulnerable to Dave Zero and probably Jake McKellar at the stops. Definitely Dave Zero looking to improve. I think Dave Zero could go as far as top 5 here tonight.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yep. So, massive attrition. So, to date, we've lost Steve Wilton, Ashley Vettiger, Phil Davison, Jeff Burst, Rusty Shackelford, and that's it, because Adam Falconer actually kept going. He is currently classified as P23, making his final stop of the night. As we just see the sort of top 4 cars go through. And who's that stopping with? That's Vaughan Martin for his final stop as well, from P17. So Steve Melling doing a great job, P16 currently. Where is Brad Robinson? He's up the road. So Steve Melling, the leading, he's the leading Pro-Am driver to my knowledge. Having a look. Yes, he is. Hang on, Damien Jones, but he still has a stop to make. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, as we see, who's that? That's Dave Zero on
Damien Jones.
On Damien Jones. They're on alternate strategies right now.
Who's got
So that was
one of the other 777 cars now ducked in behind him, and Alan Cool behind him as well.
Was that Vaughan Martin?
Oh, that could have been a little tiny tappage here from Alan, just as they ducked in there. I think Vaughan probably trying to just leave some space for the boys to get past, actually, to be honest. So, yeah, doing a great job there. Everybody passed safely. He's got one more to go. Falconer will want to duck past that car as well. So look at how busy it gets so quickly, J-Man, with a couple of pit stops. We're back right in the thick of it. Pit window's open for another 24 minutes out of the 30 minutes of race time we've got to go. And it's battle on battle. It's Damien Jones, Dave Zero. It's Alan Cool.
So who's that behind Nick McIndoe? That's not for position, is it? Because Jordan Moss... No, there's a car between them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there is effectively 9 cars ranging from P1 with Dave Zero, the exception, sitting in P7 up to P10, Mark Mudgeway, that are going to make their stops. And that is going to play Dave Zero well into this battle.
For sure.
And I also believe that Jake McKellar, and I'm not sure where Aztec is in relation, he's not that far behind, and so is Sam Carson. So Jake, Aztec and Sam Carson make some good gains coming up here. They'll certainly get Damien Jones and Mark Mudgeway to put themselves in the 10. But it'll be Dave Zero, whether Dave Zero gets Jordan Moss, Ray Haggis, or Nick McIndoe. I can't see him getting McIndoe, but I certainly could see him being in the fight with Jordan Moss and Ray Haggis.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's a real shame, Phil. Maybe sometimes the psyche of it all, mate. Phil Davison, so Dirt Dart NZ, just he called it last week that he would lose it in the Dipper, and he did lose it. But hey, condolences, mate. Enjoy the stream, and yeah, you'll be ready for next week, mate. Back into it, and you know, there's a whole nother new week next week, mate. So chin up, and yeah, like I said before, it is the mountain. It does bite.
It bites hard.
Okay, so I just saw. So it was Ray Haggis who was really just had a not a great run down the mountain. So that would have closed the gap from Dave Zero as well a bit more. So
yeah,
definitely Dave Zero's got Ray Haggis, and I believe probably, to be honest, Jordan Moss as well. I think I'd say Dave's definitely going up to P5, I think, from what I can see on the data. Okay, so just looking at our leader, he's just coming down Conrod Straight, wondering when Joshy at 42 seconds up the road from Chris Hinkston in second's going to make his last stop. Come on, Ash, you must have some insight to this. What are we looking at?
What should we expect?
Yeah, what are we going to expect from Joshy, mate? Shane just doing an outstanding job in P3 at the moment. Got Hinkston in his sights still. Be interesting to see what shakes out after the pit stops. These guys really been at it the whole race. You know, up to this point would have been a really enjoyable night for Shane. Having a whoopsie in quali, starting in P12, working his way up into second, posting a 2:02.760 was his fastest lap of the race. Sorry, apologies, a 2:02.535. Last lap round was a 2:02.8 versus Chris Hinkston's 2:03.2. So gaining 14th the last lap on Hinkston. McIndoe's just posted his fastest lap last time around at a 2:03.685. So Slick's got some good pace in that Beamer as well. Well deserved of the current 4th position.
Absolutely.
However, viewers, I am watching with angst to see when the Moss Haggis car make their stops.
Yes, still a few cars in there, J-Man. Bear Grylls, Benton Rolf, Lachlan Andrews, Mark Mudgeway, Damien Jones, Alan Poole, Ray Haggis, Jordan Moss, Nick McIndoe, Fodado, Hinston and Vetka all need to make another stop, J-Man. So plenty of time to go, though. We've got over 25 minutes to go. Pit windows open for a little under 20 minutes. So plenty to play for still, and there will be another flurry of pit stops, and it will mix it all up again, and it'll get a bit crazy, just the way we love it, J-Man.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely going to mix it up towards the back end, and these guys seem to every week we get down to, we're going to get down to probably around about 13 minutes to go, and this thing is just gonna light up with making their stops, and then guys just going in full sprint mode to the end. Although you'd feel like at a 201 8:30 last lap with a best of 201 275, Josh has been sprinting for the last half an hour.
Yeah. True.
Not sure quite what happened there, Ash, with Vaughan, but he obviously got caught up there, and as he's just looking at putting a move on B-Dog, which is no easy feat because that Lexus has got some serious punch in a straight line.
Yeah, definitely. As they head across the mountain, actually, J-Man, that Lexus doing a great job, as loose as it is. Brendan giving it all he got. Bear Grylls not too far behind that battle as well in the Red Bull camo Aston Martin. Vaughan Martin back on B-Dog. This has got some punch down the straight, this thing, hasn't it?
It has. Dave Zero and Alan Poole doing a great job, both mirroring each other at the moment on 203.3s, 203.2s. Alan's still got a stop to make. Dave Zero's all done. He's just eyes forward, like I said, keep mentioning. I think he's somewhere around that P5. I don't think McIndoe's under threat, but, at a 4.9 last lap round versus Dave Zero's 3.6, 1.3, 1.4 seconds a lap.
That's it. Andrews now in the pits. J-Man.
Sorry, who's that? Lockie's in?
Lockie's in. Is this the start of the next flurry of pit stop?
Yeah. Jesus. I just picked up on I looked at Josh's car. He's coming out of turn 1, heading up Mountain Straight. You got Chris Hinkston coming down Conrod Straight. That is the difference. Shane also coming down there. So blue flags for Bobby Laycock as the Hinkston BMW just catches up through there.
For sure. Now, Shane, with the pace of that Audi tonight, could quite possibly get onto Hickston, and they've still got to make a pit stop. So there's mistakes to be made.
Yep. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're laying down for sure, Ashley. I got you. As we see, just looking, I just wondered, with a 4.9, I just wonder whether Slick's mucking around with buttons, adjusting fuels and stuff to come in for a pit stop. So I'm just watching him here. No, he presses on by. But he certainly lost a little bit of margin that last time round to Jordan Moss, who made up over a second on him. Slick backs it up again with a 4.4, Jordan Moss with a 3.6. So once again, another good 7 to 8 tenths of a second that Jordan's making up. So McIndoe's car's just falling away a little bit at the back of the stint. Might be time to go and tidy it up and fuel it up and do whatever you got to do and bring it on home, as Brad Robinson in the lane for his final stop. I thought he had already done it, but
who's that? Brad Robinson.
Brad Robinson, yeah. So I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah. So Steve Melling and Pete 15, John McDonald 14. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a. Yeah, so John's last lap round was a 5.5. So that BMW just hasn't had the pace all night compared to the Mickendo car.
No. It hasn't, has it?
No, it's quite out of character. You know, we quite often see even if John doesn't qualify that well, he'll drive back through. So sort of had him earmarked for a top 10. Obviously, Mudgeway and Jones still got to stop. But I just,
but he's a long way back, Jamie.
He's a long way back, mate. Yeah.
So he's only going to dip into the 10 if he does at all. So.
Well, yeah. So he's the better part of still probably 13, 14 seconds behind Mudgeway, I think, from my calculations. So here is the boys, Jake McKellar, Aztec. Rounded up. I think that might have been Vaughan actually. Yeah, they rounded up Vaughan and they've just come up on the back of B-Dog. So
it's a big bunch of cars there. That's Adam Faulkner in the background actually as well, who I think is a back marker. Might have just got a little bit of a tap from Josh Veniger on the way past.
Yep.
As he tried to get out of the road. But this is quite an angry little bunch of cars here, J-Man. Plenty to play for them. And they're sort of, half of them are out of position. So it's an interesting battle pack, isn't it?
Yeah, so B-Dog lifting to let Jake McKellar pass, but unfortunately he's still got blue flags and he's going to have to sidestep here and let Aztec go.
Yeah, look, there's 8 or 9 cars there, Joe.
He could be in a spot of trouble here with the stewards if he keeps this up. He does need to lift, unfortunately.
Yeah, Aztec really having to make invasive action there. Thought he should have got given the corner.
Yep, and he doesn't look happy about it. He's certainly not giving him a lot of room up down the straight.
No, not at all. But
once again, B-Dog just needs to lift here. He's got the leader and lap cars, you know, they've got to do their best to get out the way here. And there's probably 3 straights I've seen he's been hard on the gas. So it's just interpretation, and just probably need to do a better job of that.
So luckily, Josh Veniger, leader of the race, able to just slip past there, past the Lexus there, J-Man as well. And it is on. We've got Hingston just coming around the first corner. And we've got Josh literally sweeping across Skyline as we speak.
And now Hingston's getting blue flags as well, so he's got to get out of it at some point because Joshy is the lead car and he is lapped all the way up to, apologies to Sam Carson. So he needs to get out of the throttle here, which he'll feel aggrieved by that. Because
does rightly so. And now back onto the back of Aztec. Now these cars will all start to get blue flags. This BMW is on the move, J-Man. It is ripping through this pack. Now, these guys are mid-pack. So this is slow.
P13, 12 and 13,
They're not a slow bunch of cars. And Josh literally tearing through them.
Yep. Allard pull into the lane to make his final stop.
Okay, now he was on, and so is Josh Veniger, actually, J-Man.
Yeah, he's had enough of the traffic.
Nice, tidy entry. Now we saw Alan and Dave Zero nose to tail there for the last few. And unfortunately, Alan, without making his pit stop, had to go in. They were racing for position, but now they're not. He's way back. Big losses early in the...
Yeah, so he's going to come out just in front of, I believe, McDonald. I think, looking at that. Where is Joshy? Joshy's there in the...
that's McDonald in 2-1, I think there, J-Man. I think Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what does Hinkston and Fodado do?
I'm looking at Hinkston now. Vediger's already out of the... Hinkston just rounding the final corner. Mate. It's got nothing.
So Moss managed to stay ahead of Zero. I'm surprised by that.
Oh, nice work from Jordan there.
Yeah, it's great work because Dave's been coming on a great strategy with great pace.
Yeah, and you can see that they're in eye shot of each other. Their cars are visible on screen. So that, just watch Dave Zero reel that car in, J-Man.
Oh, he will. Yeah, for sure. I'm just watching Ray Haggis, wondering whether he's going to make his final stop. No.
Just going to just duck back to this Aztec Sam Carson battle too, J-Man.
Yeah, it's on. Sam's all over the back of Aztec there. So both those guys getting held up by B-Dog. And then also both those guys, he's and truly going to do this.
Carson's around him. Easily around him.
Yep.
Jeez, that thing's got some pace.
Yep.
Can he stop it? Oh!
Only just.
Very smooth, but very deep there, J-Man.
Yeah, be under attack down on the final turn here.
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Aztec just gets out of it.
Yeah, nice, quick, clean stuff there from Sam Carson there, J-Man.
Yeah.
As the two Astons go at it, just in front of that, you can see Jake McKellar up in front there in the flaming Lamborghini. He actually currently sits in 10th, so he's the last of the top 10 races there. Mudgee in 9th. I don't think either of those guys have done their full complement of pit stops. As I just see Mudgee tap the wall, heading up the hill.
Oh no.
So Jake McKellar's done his 2, Mudgee hasn't.
No.
So Mudgee in a whole world of hurt at the moment. That car looks damaged again, or still. That thing still needs to come into the pit stops anyway.
Yep. So Dave Zero, he's got 9.9.
So Carson's holding his own there. It's only been one lap, but he hasn't gained on him too much there, J-Man.
No, he hasn't. So, Nick Mickendo's still doing a great job in 4th.
So that's Jordan Moss and Dave Zero. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, and we've got Sam Carson and Aztec. This is a different thing.
Yeah, that's going to go on right till the end now that those guys are fueled for home.
Yeah.
Where is Allard? He's in the back there as well.
Yeah.
John McDonald, he's up the top. He's got Joshua about to lap John McDonald.
Yeah, just out of the elbow here, and McDonald rightly so
gets out of it.
Gets that car out of the way and tags on the back and tries to ride that wave.
Damien Jones in the pits.
So Jones, this is his final pit stop. J-Man as well. Mudgee's still got to come in. We've got Rolf's got to come in. Bear Grylls has got to come in. Haggis, McIndoe, Fodado, Hinkston. There's so many still, J-Man. Time is ticking. 6 minutes to go, mate.
Yeah, and we said that it'll get to 13 minutes and it'll ramp up. I thought at this point they might have all been done, but I would say probably Hinkston, Fodado they must be close. Are they going to come in the same lap or are they going to split it? If I was Shane, because he's got a whole lot closer to Chris, if Chris doesn't come, Shane should. No,
Shane's in.
Yeah.
They'll be careful here. Trying to keep it.
Yeah, good entry. Good entry. So that there, look for Chris the very next lap to cover the undercut. And where's Mickendoe? Mickendoe's just coming down through the chase. Yeah, he's coming down through the chase.
Now another car that needs to pit. Is he off to? No, he's gonna run through.
What about Ray? What's Ray gonna do?
What about Ray? Let's have a look at Ray. Ray Haggis through the chase and No, stays out as well, J-Man.
So, yeah, Mudgie's vulnerable here to Jakey, Sam Carson, Aztec.
That car's not good, J-Man. That looks...
yeah, I think Mudgie might see himself drop back to 12th here.
Yep.
No, maybe 11th, sorry. I'm not sure if Allard's close enough, but...
So he stays out as well, as do the next couple of cars. I think, looks at Aztec's already pitted, so won't see anything from him. Ooh, it's ramping up.
There's Bear Grylls. He's got Josh coming on him. How far up the road is B-Dog? Oh, yeah, so he's there. So B-Dog, Bear Grylls to the lane, gets out of the way of Joshy.
Yeah, nice timing there actually for Bear Grylls, wasn't it? Just had to duck aside for to let the leader through, and there's the pit lane, perfect on stop with only bloody just under 4 minutes to go, J-Man. So,
okay, what does Hinkston do? Does Hinkston come in and cover the undercut? Yes, he does.
He had to do that, J-Man.
Yeah, little probably slower than Shane in the lane.
Nice entry though.
Shane coming down. He's got Kenny Simpson and Bobby Laycock up the road ahead of him.
Oh, and it's on between Simpson and Bobby.
Oh, Bobby off. Kenny
off.
Run wide as well, gets out the way. Shane gets through there nice and clean.
Yeah, we've got McIndoe in there too behind him, J-Man, so well done.
Hingston's only just pulled up on the blocks. Fodado is rounding the final turn. Hingston off the blocks. He's going to tuck him behind a lap car. Bear Grylls gets a stop go. Fodado, that's a neck into Hingston. Yeah, big time. So there's the first stop go of the night. Nick McIndoe in the lane. Puts it on the block. Ray Haggis in the lane. Gets it down to 50.
These guys were close. Oh,
Nick McIndoe off the blocks.
Lightning stop from Mac.
Jordan Moss going to round up McIndoe. Does he? He did, comfortably.
He's already up the hill.
Where's Dave Zero? Dave Zero rounds up McIndoe.
You would expect, does Aztec? Probably not. No, he's still coming around the corner, so that's really put that into, what's that, 8th or 9th? Mudgee in the pits as well, J-Man.
Yep, Mudgee in the lane. Ray Haggis still in the lane.
A long time for Haggis. He's out now.
So Bear Grylls, the first of our drivers to go to stop go 30. So Haggis has lost out to Allard Poole.
Yep.
And also...
is that Damien Jones?
Damien Jones is coming. I think there was a lap car in between of maybe Vaughan Martin.
Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, so there's Allard. Yeah, that's right. That's Damien just sitting in behind him there, actually, J-Man.
Yeah, not by much.
No, definitely not by much. And again, I'd say, well done to Damien in the top 10 once again. So, nice stuff. Oh, he's not. He's in 11th.
So Dave Zero has ended up with that P5 we thought that he'd get to through that strategy. So great drive from Dave.
From Dave, yeah. And kept his nose clean the whole race. That car doesn't look like it's got a mark on it, J-Man.
Yep. Joshy just, Mudgee be getting blue flags here. He is. He just steps aside to let that car go. So Joshy's still lapping in the 202 bracket at the moment, late in the piece. Carso and Aztec are still at it. Just trying to see Allard Poole. He's quite a way off the back. Ray Haggis and Damien Jones. This battle will go right down for the final 7 minutes. There's only 30 seconds to go on the pit stop board. I believe everybody has got the job done to my calculations.
Yeah, and that puts
us at Brendan Rolfe, where is he on track? He needs to get in the lane. He has got 18 seconds to get to pit lane. He is coming down Conrod straight. 15 seconds. He's not going to make it.
There's no way he's going to make that.
He has miscalculated this. This will incur a time penalty post-race.
Yeah.
He still must get in the lane. 3, 2, 1.
The pit window is closing now.
It's closed. That will hurt.
Rookie mistake there, Brendan, mate. Keep an eye on the clock, brother. Lachlan Andrews, Candy Simpson. Is it? No, Lachlan Andrews. Who is that? Across the top of the mountain. Anyway, so I think that is actually not Sam Carson.
I'm just trying to pick up on here. Steve Melling, currently P15, and he has just let Shane go by the look of it. And Brad Robinson's a long way back. Vaughan Martin, he's up the top. Brendan Rolfe is about to exit pit lane, and we will probably get a description of what the race director decides to do about that.
Yeah, so just looking at the top three there, as long as they don't get tangled up in anything, there's a big gap between those three boys there. I can't see that that position set changing at all, like I said,
no,
unless there is some drama. On the other hand, a little bit further down the field, we've got Jordan Moss. He's got a very healthy gap over Dave Zero. Now,
no, it's not that healthy. Well, 4.8. Yeah, I suppose it is.
I thought Dave was going to... He came out of the pits behind him. I thought he was going to reel him in there, but he just hasn't really responded. So, 4 minutes to go, J-Man. Very healthy. Nick McIndoe, through 2. He's in 6th position. Sam Carson in 7th, just getting up onto Mountain Straight. Aztec in 8th. Alec Poole in 9th. Ray Haggis in 10th. Top job from Ray Haggis, mind you. And also Damien Jones in 11th.
Yes, no, I'm not sure what happened to Jake McKellar. There might be a story to be told there, because I'm not sure. I mean, he's currently sitting P14, around about 10.25 seconds behind John McDonald. And we saw him a lot further up, playing for a lot further up than that. So I'm not sure what happened to Snakey in the Transformers, the Optimus Prime theme Lambo. So thank you, Ashley.
So yeah, nice work. McIndoe, my data says he's got a bit of company with someone.
I think he has. I think he was. Sam Carson was coming, was he?
Is that Sam Carson? Is it? No,
oh no, that's Lachlan Andrews. It's a lap car.
That's Lockie, yeah.
Brendan Rolfe back in the lane. I don't think they care anymore.
No, Bear Grylls also needs to get back in the lane. I think he's in the pit.
He's in now.
Serving his stop go, J-Man.
Yep, and it's a 30. He had a primo opportunity prior to that pit stop, with obviously B-Dog missing the pit window, that a time certain penalty at the end of this race would have saw Bear Grylls grab B-Dog. I think he's going to get him anyway by the look of it.
Yeah.
But Steve Melling doing a good job. P15. Mark Mudgeway, starting for pit lane, would still be happy with 12th, I'm sure.
Oh, he's had a tough one too. Like the first third of the race, it looked like everything was running sort of, apart from the starting from pit lane thing, was running pretty well to plan, but he's struggled through the last half or 2/3 of this race. Definitely, J-Man.
Yeah.
Vaughan Martin, this mid-pack is just thick. Like, it's just these big bunches of cars here and there. Lots of Astons with a splattering of BMWs amongst it. So Vaughan Martin in amongst, and just the cars are very all out of position. So we're looking at Vaughan Martin's car here, but he's got Mudgee behind him, which is not for position. He had Bear Grylls, which he just overtook, who was out of position as well. So you've got to stay focused on what's going on, whether you're moving forward or getting overtaken here, J-Man.
Yeah, 100%. I've just brought up the points. I just want to have a quick look. Now, Bob Laycock, Brendan Rolfe, 163 points. Phil Davison, 119 points. Bobby Laycock, 113. This is in the overall championship. Now, Bob Laycock's leading the AM class here tonight, currently sitting in P18, which is a great result, obviously, with the attrition and everybody else's mistakes going on and stuff. He's one position behind the Pro-Am car of Vaughan Martin. So huge net gain in the championship to be made by Bobby Laycock tonight. So well done to Bob. Goes out there, you know, and does an absolutely stellar job every week, you know, often towards the back end, and he just keeps mashing it out. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so well done there to Bobby Laycock as Josh
starts the final lap.
Final lap for the Outdoor Effects, the decking specialist, GT3 series. Here we go, guys. Last lap.
So that car that he's just lapped there is car 566, which is Ray Haggis in P10. So lapped over half the field.
That just says something, doesn't it?
Yep. No, he's
Let's the driver doing the talking, that's for sure. Ray, Chris Hingston, should I say? How far back? Lap down.
Yeah, no, there's a big margin. There's a big margin, and Shane and Chris separated by 4.5. So Shane's brought that back by about a second. Jordan Moss, Dave Zero. How's that battle going? So they're still around about, I think, the better part of probably 4.5 seconds on that one. Nick McIndoe, he's still doing a great job. P6. Carso's not going to get him there, as we just see one of the 777 cars pull out the way.
Yep, and that's Aztec just
from Carso and Aztec. Yeah.
What have we got left there? Alec Poole and Ray Haggis rounding out the top 10. And Josh Vediger on the straight, Conrod straight.
For the last time.
After dominating this race, well, maybe not so much at the first 10 laps, but look, once out in front, just really taking control of it. Alan, with some difficulties as he gets through the chase here, J-Man. What a stellar drive from Josh.
Yep, rocking the new paint for tonight for us, and just
another
drive.
little angry koala bear. Awesome work, Josh.
Yeah, congrats. Epic drive. What we had come to expect from Joshy, so that's cool. So going back, looking at Chris Hingston, who was actually just coming out of Forest Elbow.
As is Shane Fronado as well, both just starting to head down Conrod straight now. So look how far back these guys are. We're starting to call these, you know, second and third positions over, and they are well up in on the hill still. Just coming down Conrod now. So commanding lead from Josh Rediger as Hingston drops down towards the final corner. J-Man, top work from Chris.
Solid result.
Oh, absolutely. Could have easily lost that out to Shane a couple of times there, J-Man.
Comfortably leading the Enduro Championship for the pro category is Chris now after that result. Shane coming across in third, another stellar drive. Remember that Shane started from P12. And had to drive that thing forward after wrecking the car up the top.
Yeah, fantastic effort. Jordan Moss over the line, or around the final corner, should I say. Dave Zero coming down. Now those boys, Dave just couldn't quite get the measure on it. Nick McIndoe also under brakes down into the final corner here. J-Man for 6th position.
Yeah, so doing a great job. Ran as good as P4 for a big part of the night before that final array of pit stops happened. And yeah, see Sam Carson that actually had about 100-minute battle with Aztec in that one, I think. So,
Well, Aztec, yeah, not too far behind there still.
yeah, only a couple of seconds behind. And then Alad Poole, who had serious amounts of pace at the start and then just had a bit of damage on the car, as you mentioned, and then actually had to back the car up on the blocks in one of the pit stops that we saw also. Backed up by Ray Haggis to round out the 10. Yeah, so some good results right down the field. Obviously, Damien Jones first drive back after being away, fly in, fly out. And then Mark Mudgeway driving from pit lane to P12 is another stellar result.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so also, yeah, he'd be the top Pro-Am driver. And I think Steve Melling, great result in P15. Vaughan Martin not far behind him, remembering that he is chasing that Pro-Am title overall as well as an Enduro title. But yeah, Bobby Laycock holds down that P18. So sorry I'm skipping through, guys. Congratulations to everybody. I'm just picking out some key points from guys that, in retrospect to their championship, Bobby Laycock doing a really, really good job, as did Lachlan Andrews. Both those guys making net gains over B-Dog and Bear Grylls tonight. So great result tonight, and look, we won't muck around. We'll get straight into the medium place getters, and we will start that off with Shane Fodderdo. So I will just find out where these guys are and grab Slambo first and bring him down for a quick chat. I need to stretch that page out because I can't see a single thing. Here we go. Okay, so welcome to the comms box. Shano, you got us there, mate?
Yep.
Mate, what a drive. What a drive. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I'm shattered after that, bro.
P12?
Yeah, obviously didn't get a quali session that only got 3 laps and then binned the car, so had to escape back to the garage, but I knew I had good race pace, so I just had to get through without getting tangled up in any incidents. I got pretty lucky in a few spots.
Did you manage to miss the track blockage at the start?
Yep, I just squeezed by the wall in the car.
Yeah,
Yep.
You were on the outside. You just nicked around the outside, didn't you? Or there was the inside?
It was close. Very close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
and they had good race pace towards the end when the fuel lightened up, but then once the fuel was back in it, Chris put pressure on me again. I made a mistake.
Yeah, we saw the slight, just a brake mark down into the final there, and it just ran wide a little bit at the final corner, and he tucked it up the inside, and then it shook out at the pits. That last pit stop, I was a little surprised to see the margin. I thought you did you were a lot more aggressive on the entry, but anyway, there was a slight difference in strat there with fuel, or maybe just the entry exit.
I overshot it, had to hit reverse and go back.
Oh, okay, I missed that, mate. I missed that.
Yeah.
But hey, nonetheless, like 12th to 3rd, mate, it is just a super solid result.
Happy with that. Really happy with that. And man, Josh, first time I raced with him. Oh, apart from the Enduros, man, he's fast.
Yeah. Well, I think we mentioned it during the week. If he gets in that mood and he gets in the zone, he's pretty tough to beat. We've always thought he was pretty world class, and that display tonight probably is as good as I've seen as far as pace. But however, did watch you guys both mirror a lap there tonight, and it was a 2:02 something 7.5. I can't remember what it was.
Equal lap times.
On the same lap.
Yeah.
So your fastest lap tonight, he did the exact same lap time the lap you did it too. So, and it was interesting because you were coming through at that point. You were actually P2. So
I think it was a little quicker on the green or fast track, and then when it got optimum, it didn't quite maximize the setup, but it was still good. But
Yeah.
I just didn't want to crash.
Good call, mate. Good call. But yeah, look, it sounds like you had a lot of fun, mate, and yeah, awesome race, awesome to watch.
Yeah, and I was pretty stoked with that. Yeah, real happy.
Yeah.
And the weather played ball for you too, Shano.
Yeah, about time. I hate this car in the rain.
Yeah. It was still a lottery, mate. I can tell you from my perspective. It just played the game. So hey, congratulations, mate. You know the deal. Anytime you make a podium, is a really good night. So well done, mate. You earned it from P12.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers. I'll watch the stream. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Shano.
Thanks, Shane. Shane
Right.
Faraday, position 3 tonight, Bathurst.
Great effort. So we'll grab our position 2 place getter down here. Chris Hingston, you got us on comms?
Yeah, g'day guys, how you going?
Yeah,
Mate, hey, mate, how's the body? You've got to struggle to fall asleep after that one, I would suspect. P2, congratulations, mate. Tell us a bit about your race.
Yeah, that was, well, I think it's the longest we've ever driven around Bathurst without hitting a wall, so that was a good start. I think that was what the key to the race, really. I mean, I assume Paul must have crashed out because he disappeared at some stage. I didn't see what happened to him.
Yep.
And yeah, I think Slambo, I'm not quite sure what happened to him either. I think he stuffed his pit stop somehow and got back in.
You had to back it up a little bit, but you guys were very, very close on pace anyway.
Yeah.
I think your car with fuel was a little bit tidier than his. So
Yeah. I mean, in the second half, I seemed to be a bit faster at the start, but towards the end there, I thought if he gets out of the pits as equally quick as I do, it's going to be a really tight run to the end. But luckily for me, I guess he didn't get it quite right, and I come home with the second.
tell us a little bit about the start, Chris. You know, you obviously started on the front row with the 99 car of Josh Vediger.
I was second, I think. I was second row, fourth.
Oh, were you second? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got a good start though.
Yeah, I got into third, I think, and then Shackford got me back into coming down Conrod Straight. So
that's right.
Then trolled along in fourth for a while until he binned it. And
yeah, he had a big one up the top. We saw that.
Yeah, that was scary. I had to cut the track to make sure I avoided him and got a track cut warning.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
As I've done, I thought, oh, geez, I hope I don't get a drive-through for doing this.
Did you see the actual initial contact back up on the skyline there?
I did, yeah. As soon as I've come around the corner, I've seen him sort of go sideways into the wall. I thought, oh, no, which way is he going to go?
Yeah, so, well, at least you knew it was coming, because if you just hit the crest and he was just dawdling down there, it would have been all sorts of drama, so...
Yeah, was that you I saw take to the escape road to the left?
Yep.
It was, because I saw him come up and just as I didn't know what his car was going to bounce off the wall, whether he had steering or anything, so I thought I'm just going up that way just to try and give myself the best shot, and I didn't have time to think about track warnings and stuff. It was only once I was in there, I thought, oh, this might be dodgy on a drive-through penalty.
Yeah.
Got away with just a track warning, so yeah.
Hey, so your Enduro title shot here is looking pretty good after Paul Ricard and now this one here. You know, you're probably in the box seat right now, so
I guess I've got to go to Monza now with a lot more weight, so that'll be interesting.
And you've got to practice.
Yeah. But what were you carrying there though? Were you carrying weight there? You were, right?
Yeah, 30 kilos. Yeah.
So you had max bags there too. So you did a bloody great job to work with it. And I can't remember, was that you that posted during the week saying that you weren't that comfy?
No, I didn't, but I could have said that because I've been thinking that all week. Bathurst, one of my least favourite tracks. This doesn't suit my driving style because, well, I'm a bit loose and it's so easy to tap a wall there. And
100 minutes.
My drive to survive sort of race.
Yeah, 100 minutes round there without wrecking the car is pretty special. But yeah, P2. Great effort. Obviously had some good battles along the way as well. You know, like you and Shano went at it, which was really cool to watch. Nice and clean. Picked his pocket down at the final turn, and
awesome
great
stuff.
racing.
Awesome stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you, Chris.
Look forward to watching the stream.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Enjoy it, and look forward to seeing what you got next week, mate. Well done.
Sweet. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Chris. There you go, viewers. Chris Hingston, second place getter tonight here for round 8 at Bathurst, second of the Enduros.
cometh the man, cometh the minute, cometh the hour, or 100 minutes. Josh, you got us on comms?
G'day.
G'day, mate. How was that?
That was pretty good. The car was feeling good, so it was as comfortable as it could be around Bathurst.
Yeah, well, mate, it would look like to us you were sprint racing. I mean, 201s, come on. 201s in race trim. Joshy, what are you up there? What have you been doing? Like, that's just ridiculous. Well done, bro.
He's jealous, Josh, because he can't hit those marks.
No, not a chance, mate. Not a chance. No, I wouldn't nearly. Yeah, I mean, you gave away. I think when you finished, the guys were just coming on to Conrod Straight. I think I'd have been just going up Mountain Straight when you finished.
So how was your race, mate?
How was it for you?
No, it was good. It was good. I was pushing hard. If you sort of back off, I find around Bathurst, and you start to brake at different points or take a slightly different entry, that's when the weird cambers or the bumps will catch you out, and that's when you have an accident. So I was just pushing as hard as I could the whole time. I've got a good setup for the race in the BMW around there. It's very stable, so as long as I just pushed and kept trying to do the same thing every lap, it was it'd stay on the black stuff.
Yeah, nice. And like we saw, I think when you made the pass for the lead, that was a better run out of the elbow. Got it done down Conrod and just never looked back.
No.
Pit stops were flawless. Nothing really looked rushed. You were fast the last time you raced here, and I feel like, mate, you've actually come back faster. So whatever you've been doing, it's been good. But yeah, just an absolutely dominant victory. It's sort of hard to put into words what we just saw. And I'm sure probably a fair bit of the field, when they watch it back and see some of the numbers, they'll be like, yeah, a bit of homework to do for some of our pro drivers to try and work out how to match that. Do dearly hope you're going to be around for Monza, mate. You'll be pretty quick there, no doubt. And yeah, got that thing hooked, mate. So well done, congratulations, and just bloody awesome to see you back too, Joshy.
Cheers, thanks guys, good to be back.
Awesome, mate. All right, enjoy the night, mate. Enjoy the stream if you get to watch it, and plenty of crazy stuff going on behind you, mate. So well done. That's Josh Vediger for P1 here at Bathurst Enduro.
Awesome stuff, Josh. There you go. So there you go, viewers. Josh Vediger, race winner for round 8 at Bathurst. J-Man in the Asrnz Backpain GT3 series. Mate, what a cracker. That was an awesome race.
It was great. Yeah, no, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Do probably enjoy calling that track more than I enjoy driving it these days. Just probably far too many laps around, and then what I witnessed tonight, it's demoralising when you see a guy go out and just punch 201s. But that is Josh Vediger for you. He has the ability. We've talked about it for a long time. He was here for a long time doing crazy things and championships and crazy lap times, and he's pretty special. We'll still claim him. We had him from an early age, didn't we, Davo? So sure. Hey, look, up and down the field, a great result. Dave Zero, very impressive drive into P5. I think he had good pace. He strategized himself in there.
Yep.
Really impressed also with Nick Mickendo. Other names to feature tonight for me that really just kept lighting up on my page just through their accolades tonight was definitely Bob Laycock, the way that he held himself for 100 minutes round there to be the lead AM driver home. And also Steve Melling, in light of Farmer misfortunes and a couple of the other pro AM drivers, I think that'll serve Steve-O well, and he's well in this title hunt. 2 rounds to go to clinch this title, and
still plenty to race for. And
I hope my old mate gets a sense of belief there, because I think he's got the consistency and the goods to do it. So
yes, definitely.
Mark Mudgeway, another one too. Before we go, started pit lane, finished P12. I think that's a great effort, and anybody out there that finished tonight is impressive, because we've seen how treacherous it can be. We started with 28 drivers, and I believe we finished with 23. So Yeah, great effort, Dave. Loved calling it tonight with you, mate. I'll hand it back to you.
Yes, absolutely, J-Man. And yes, thanks, everyone. Thank you, viewers, for joining in. All the boys on the text chat. We love that stuff coming in. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. And for all the race drivers that were out on track tonight, hopefully you enjoyed the stream, watching it back the next day. Thank you, ABC Tech, for keeping us online and keeping all this stuff going for you viewers. SJS, Superior Joint Sealing, for when quality matters. Outdoor Effects, the decking specialists. And please join us next week, viewers, at Monza. J-Man, that's it for tonight. See you all next week. Over and out, J-Man.
Ciao, mate. Yep, we'll catch you there.
Awesome.